guys! Gonna be drawing some adopts today. Awful times. I already got started on a few. I'm gonna continue them. So I haven't finished this one. Be a little bit quieter today. Thank you, Big Floppa Orange, for following. Thank you. Oh, do you watch Try Try? That's so cool. I like Try Try. I love her art. I've joined so many of her Draw This in Your Style challenges. I haven't done any recent ones, but I want to do. I want to do another one. I join another one. Thank you. Yeah, I want to join. I wish I had more time, but I do want to join one of her um, Draw This in Your Style challenges again. But thank you. In a while. I didn't even join any of them, but like in general, but they're so fun. I'm doing good. A little tired. I would say, anytime when it's earlier in the day, I'm pretty tired. Can assume that. I have get like a burst of energy in the evening. How are you? Yeah, it's like cloudy and rainy today, so even extra sleepy, extra eepy. Just yeah, I feel like I feel like napping myself, but not and I'm not sleepy enough to sleep, I guess. Just I just wanted to work on like I'm using the stream as an excuse to work on stuff that I have to work on anyway. So it keeps me awake, you know. I mean, if you want to join, sure. I can I can go in there. You can keep me company if you want. I'm in voice chat right now. Hi, hi.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yay.
That's good. Not last time you were all mute for me, but not for anyone else.
Struggling a little bit. I'm like, I can hear myself on my phone that I have the stream open on. Just can't
Yeah.
have it open anywhere else.
See, I'm gonna uh, put your angry face on. Go. There you go. Perfect.
Back to yelling at you to get to work. Although it's kind of me today that actually needs to get my work done. I have a project due tomorrow.
Oh, what kind of project?
So it's for my creative concepts class. So I have to, out of the 5 mock-ups I made last week, I need to take the feedback my professor gave me and then make or change 3 more to give to him. But the
Okay.
problem is, I only agree with 2 of the ones he wants me to use, and I want to use his other one. So I basically just changed it to make it more visually interesting.
Okay. Sometimes professors don't align what we want to
Well,
do.
he's very cool. It's just the one that he really liked. He's like, this one has the most visual appeal. And I'm like, sir, what are you talking about? This was the one that I made at the end when I knew I needed to make 5. So I just made it the last one out of like just whoosh.
Yeah, it's always like that. People like the one that you did like quickly or last minute for some reason. Just like I work the least on this one. This is the one I put the least thought into. But
Like this is the one that I don't know what to do to elevate it any further.
yeah. Ugh. Well, hopefully it works out well.
Well, I'm just like, you know what? You're gonna get the 3 I send you because you have to narrow it down to 1 anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, whatever happens.
Whatever
She'll be
happens,
fine.
happens.
She'll be
I literally have
fine.
like next week is literally my last week of class, so it's like,
Oh yeah, that's true. Like it's April.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's April. For me, I'm like April is my last free month. I'm just like, I have to get things done before I have no time. Like
Well,
this.
I have like I just last night decided, oh yeah, I need to start 3 new crochet projects as gifts because my friend yesterday was like, "Hey, are you I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed." So they're like, "Hey, when's your thing to get those removed?" And I'm like, "Oh, early May." And they're like, "Well, end of April, we're gonna go on a trip to a water park and I'm paying entirely for it. And you just have to come."
Uh,
And I was like, I was literally like, "Excuse me? Can I help pay?" And they're like, "No." So
you
I'm
want
like,
to like make a gift for them so you don't feel guilty.
well, they were like, "If I was paying alone, I'd make you help pay, but my mom's paying for half of it, so
Um,
you don't have to." And I was like, "No, I was not raised this way." So I'm
yeah.
making their mom a koala crocheted stuffed
Aw,
animal, and I'm making them a dragon crocheted stuffed animal.
that's so cute.
I
I'm
don't
sure
know
they'll
how to
look
do it
cute.
though. It's
Uh,
very much gonna be that I'm like, "Oh, okay. The last stuffed animal I made looked like it was haunted."
maybe just make a tiny one, like a really tiny one, and you'll be like,
Well,
this is artistic. Um,
I'm
liberty.
just gonna honestly, if it doesn't go well last minute, I might just my mom's better at crocheting than me and be like, "Mom."
Mom, mom, please help.
Well, she literally like I was working on one crochet project. She's like, "Your tension wasn't right in part of this. Do you want me just to redo it for you?" And I was like, "No."
It's like I'm trying to learn myself. It's like she's like, get good.
Basically, well, me and my mom are both big perfectionists, so I
Yeah.
tend to have the same thing like with my younger sibling when they were learning to draw. I'm like, "Do you want me to just like do you want to just make a sketch and then I'll finish it for you?" And they're like, "No, I want to learn." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I know that feeling. Just like it's like, can I be the one to finish this? Like, I know that you're struggling a little bit right now,
They're
but
like, I'm doing it out of the best spot in my heart, but please let me do it."
yeah, I get it. I'm also like, I'm also a perfectionist. At some point, I'm like, if I'm being too perfectionist, I'm like, okay, I have to let go right now. But
It's
like,
like, what level of perfectionist am I being right now?
yeah, like with my model, I was like, I know, like, I was like, I was pretty finished, like, in like a few days. But then I was like, but what if I did this? What if I could make this better? And
Honestly,
I just kept working on it.
I've done that before too, where I was like, this drawing is fully done. There is nothing more I need to add. And then I'm like, but what if I just put it into Lightroom really quick and then just change some things with the lighting?
Yeah, like it just, I need to make it better. I need to make it even better. Yeah, a perfectionist. I think that's what like it can make uh, you a better artist or like detrimental as well.
Exactly. It'll be like for certain pieces, the best pieces always end up being the ones that you're like, oh, well, whatever, it's done.
Yeah,
And then everyone's like, this is the most amazing thing you made. And you're like, not the one I spent 8 months making.
yeah. Like not the one I spent like 2 weeks straight drawing, but then the one that took like half a day to do is the
Yeah.
one that people like.
It's like, oh, this was just a stupid idea that I came up with and just executed really quickly.
Yeah,
And you like this one better than the one I've spent like such a long time working on.
yeah. It, it feels worse, you know. Like people
Yeah,
might like it, but then it just doesn't feel right.
as satisfying.
Yeah. Thank you, Luma, for following. Thank you. I'm at 50. I'm at 50 finally.
Yay!
Yay!
We did
We
it.
did it. Thank you, Luma, for being my 50th. Look at that.
Heck yeah. Woo.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like, I'm not really sure what I should be working on today. I wanted to do some drawings. And I'm like, what can I work on? I'm like, oh, this one thing that I've been meaning to finish for like months. I've been meaning to like 3 months ago at least. I was supposed to like finish these, but I got now it's I can just finish them today. Hopefully, at least the drawings. Maybe not the coloring, but
Then there's just me being like, it'll get done when it gets done.
yeah. I just want to be done with it. It's like it feels bad when it's just sitting there, you know. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost done, but
It's not quite there
not
yet.
quite there. Hi, Buck. Thank you. Thank you. How are you today? Yeah, it's just like I should just finish it. This one, I'm like with my normal adopts, I'm like have very simple designs sometimes. For the most part. Today I'm like, well, with this one I'm like, oh, I need to like up my game a little bit. Make them more aesthetic.
Add some more onto it.
Yeah, add some more details like a bag. Yeah. Like I generally like I'll look up beforehand. I'll be like, okay, kind of want this style or that thing or this shirt or whatever. But then I still end up not doing as much as I would want to. But this time I'm like, no, I have to add stuff even if I'm like lazy.
I just had the big problem where when I did do adopts for a little bit when I was much younger, but I kept getting too attached to them and never actually like.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll make like a whole like here like 8 or more, and then I'll be like, those two I really want to keep. If no one buys them, I'll keep them.
You're sitting there and people are like, wow, I really like this one. You're like, you can't have it.
It's like, you do, but I wanted that one.
You're like, that was the one I wanted to actually hold on to.
Yeah, but I was lucky with one design. Like, she was like one of those. I made her like a scene girl that like kind of like Monster High style. And like I was like, oh, she's so cute. I like her. I don't want anyone to buy her, and no one bought her. And so I was like, gosh.
You're like, good, she's mine.
She's mine. And now she's just in my folder. I'm not using her, but she's mine.
It's like just that feeling of knowing that you still have them.
Yeah, it's like, thank goodness. But I'm just like, oh, there's some designs I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, it's not my style, but I just kind of like, I want to like have like a diverse different styles if I can. But then there's ones which is like, oh, it's up my alley. This one is too up my alley. But yeah, I only have for Bach, I have only 50 right now. So I don't know if I need 51. I don't know. But I have a few days left to stream. Like after today I have like 2 days, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah, sorry I missed the last one. I was at a concert.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Last time I was just like, I was also tired. It's like every time it's like this time of the day I'm like, tired, quiet. Don't do it. And I was just finishing my my coloring for the collab anyway. So it was good. I finished it. It says 50 for me right now. It says 50. I don't know. I should hopefully be fine. Hopefully I hit the that Twitch understands that I do have 50. Doesn't think that I have less. Yeah, right now it says 50, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll still be streaming anyway, so if it gets more than 50, that's fine. That's also
You're like,
nice. It's nice.
You're like, you won't be upset about it.
I won't be upset about having more than 50. Good. But we'll see. Yeah. I'm not really sure what to... Maybe I can make like a little pin on her strap or something, to cut time, I didn't put like a bag for Vivi, but that's like that's like part of her design, her like heart bag, because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. Maybe one day, but I really like having the little designs on the bag. I think it'll look cute. I'm not really sure. I guess like a heart.
I think that'll look nice.
I think so. Maybe a few hearts or something.
Sorry, I got distracted by the other project I'm working on. I keep bouncing between the two projects I have to do right now. Because I don't want to do either of them, but like...
Yeah, it's always like... when you don't like want to... You're like, I can finish this later. Then it's like the last day, you're like, guess I gotta finish this.
Well, I just kind of want to get everything done this weekend, because like the stuff we're working on currently is I don't have class tomorrow, but I have a project due tomorrow, so I have to get that one done today.
Yeah.
And then I don't have class Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I'm like volunteering for my school's open house for my program on the Saturday. So I kind of just want to have everything done because I have 2 assignments due on the Monday.
That's a lot.
Class on a Tuesday, and then a presentation on the Thursday, and then I'm done. So
that's a lot.
It's like it doesn't feel like that much. The thing is, the one's a group project, and I'm like, I really need to work on that. But the one person keeps doing the stuff I want to do before I have time to do it. I'm like, please let me help. And they're like, oh no, I love this kind of stuff. And I'm like, so do I.
I mean, like, I feel like when it comes to like more artsy type, like creative fields, I feel like I'd be more willing to do other people's work in that sense. Oftentimes, in my classes, because it's more like, it's a lot of like annoying research stuff that like you have to like do essays or whatever, or research papers specifically and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna do my work, my part, but it sucks. I don't want to do anyone else's work if I can.
Well, this one's not too bad. It's that we have to make a presentation deconstructing an ad for Corona Light. So it's not like it's an awful assignment. I'm just like, can I please help in some way, shape, or form other than coming the day of and presenting?
You'd just be like, I'll present everything since you're doing all my work.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, this is one of the teachers that actually checks to make sure that everyone does their fair share of the project.
Yeah. That can screw you over.
Well, they seem nice enough. I just don't think they actually want to present. So they were like, do you guys just want to present for us? And I'm like, I can present for us, but also like, I also want to help with like
the actual
writing.
Work, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, just because I don't usually write scripts for my projects doesn't mean I'm incapable of writing scripts.
Yeah. I know that like in my program, it's just like some people, it's like almost like the opposite. I end up having to do all the work, even though I want to do only my part, because it's just that kind of work that you're like, I don't really want to do it, and they like go into like the last minute and stuff, which sucks, because then you have to do like a whole thing last minute because like someone just did not do this, or like like not one, but I was in the same group, one research group. We were supposed to like hand it in like on a Monday or something like that, or a Tuesday, and I look and like I already finished a lot of my stuff, but then I look and they're just copy and pasting stuff, just like I know that it's not what they wrote. And I'm like, okay, I have to fix this. And so I ended up like fixing the thing, and we got like a good mark, so good enough. But then when we had another teacher come in for another, we had like, because it's like multiple week thing, so like every 2 weeks we had to hand something in, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like the next assignment where we had to do another research thing, we had it was like, I guess it was summer, so we had like half the semester one professor and then half another. And so he came in and he was like, you guys did really crappy, like everyone did bad. like I was looking at whatever, because like it was like another teacher, and like she wasn't the one, like she was like wanted us to hand it in, but he was supposed to mark it, and he's like, this is crap, like you don't even know how to write a research paper. And so you had to go through step by step how to write one, and if you fixed it then you'd get like better mark, like you could get like a better mark, because it was gonna be like 50 or something or less. And like they didn't even know that like I went and fixed it, so I went and fixed it, and they're like, huh, how did we get like 90-100%? Just they didn't understand, they didn't even care to like look and see if they should fix it or anything.
They're just like, oh, wow, the magical
Wow,
fixing
like
fairy came and did it.
literally. I just fixed it, like I did the formatting or whatever I had to do. It was very easy, even. Like it was like the way he wanted it was like not too bad to fix. And so it was just like, what? How did we get such a good mark? I could hear them talking in the back. I'm just like, I wonder why. I wonder
they're
why.
like, oh, that's such a mystery.
It's a mystery. I wonder if there's like another person in your group that is
Made
also
sure.
that made sure to do the work. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was working with one group project and I've gotten pretty lucky with it, but they were like, do you mind doing all of our citations? And the thing is, my school wasn't great at teaching us things. So I'm like, sure, but I'm not that good at it. And they were like, okay. And I did it. And they're like, you're doing it all wrong. And I'm like, well, do it yourself then. I did my citations properly.
Yeah.
Why are the ones I'm doing for you wrong?
Yeah. Some people. It's like, if you're gonna tell someone else to do something, then, and you're gonna say it's wrong, then it's like, I don't get it.
Well, it's funny,
Just
is
do
I
it
was on a
yourself.
call with one of my university friends, and they're like in history, so they have to write a lot of essays, and they're
Yeah.
like, you were literally doing it completely fine. What are they talking about?
Like, they're like, no, you have to do Chicago style. It's like, wait, we don't do Chicago style.
We live in Canada.
We live in Canada, like, Chicago citation. We do APA or MLA.
That's literally what it is. I'm like, I know how to do APA, and they're like, yeah, that should be fine. And they're like, actually, we're doing footnotes, and I'm like, what?
What's nice is like, before, if you like use like Google, like they didn't have like a citation thing. You had to go like to a separate website, and like that was like a whole pain and stuff. And now like you can go on Google Docs, press cite, and then you can
Oh, I
just
know.
cite stuff, and it's just like, it's so simple to like do it correctly. So it's like, why, if they're gonna yell, then why not just do it themselves, you know?
I don't know. Some people just like being difficult.
Yeah. You have like difficult people that like are combative, and me, I'm like, I have like lazy people. I just don't
Well,
want to do things.
I don't know, we have like a mix. It was just really that I'm like sitting there being like, okay, I don't mind. So for that project in specifically, I was doing all of the creative for it,
Yeah.
and they were doing all of like the research for it.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, well, is there anything I can do to help out? Because I'm like, I don't want to sit here being like twiddling my thumbs, being like, yep, I'm just a silly little art director who can't do any of this part of it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, you can do our citations. And I was like, okay. And I go through and they're like, so you have to go through all of these websites. Most of them don't actually have an author or a date or anything, and have to cite them. And I was like, oh, great.
Yeah. That's like, that's really stressful. But I know that like I've been at least in my thing when like there's no date or something or like no author specifically, like my teacher's like, ah, whatever. Especially like for certain courses, whatever. Like it's like a because we're like doing like materials, so we have to cite materials and like or like they don't have like a person specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like it's fine, you know, like you don't have to have like an author or whatever. It's just like the company something. But yeah. I don't know. It's like if you're gonna cite something, I feel like the best way is to like cite things as you're going sometimes. And
Well,
just
that was the thing.
just reorganize.
Well, that was my thing. I was like, you left no in-text citations either. You just gave me a list of links and said to go through to find all the quotes.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's just like it's like you're supposed to do certain things and then leaving someone else to like pick up the slack and stuff. Sucks.
Just how it is sometimes, though.
Yeah. Some people just are just like that. I know that like this was a frustrating situation for me. And hopefully this group mate of mine does never I don't know, she's much older than me, so I don't think she would watch, but it was really frustrating because we were doing like a group project thing. Like my teacher made us do one every week that were like basically we're answering questions, so everyone got like different questions to answer, right? So like in a group, like no,
Yeah.
so like everyone gets marked for their questions or something, but we were supposed to hand it in at like 11 a.m. on the day before we go to class, and
Yeah.
I already did mine like way earlier. It was done at least by 7 a.m. Like it was like so much earlier than the due date. Like this person was already awake and I was like busy. I had like an appointment and was like, Mira, is it good? Are you approve everything? Like in a group chat, like I had to approve something. I had to approve everything. And like for some reason she was waiting for me to approve and didn't hand it in on time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she literally didn't hand it in and was crying that she didn't hand it in to the teacher.
She's like, it's
Like it was
her
Vera's
fault.
fault. It was Vera's fault that like she didn't approve of it. And I'm like, if what? Like I don't understand. Like if everything's done, just hand it in. Like it's online. It's just online. You have it done. You just hand it in. Like I'm busy. I'm not the one handing it in. So.
You know, to your professor, you're like, see what you made me deal with?
And like my professor was like, whatever. Like she made like a whole big deal about it. And then my teacher just was like, okay, whatever. Like we're just, who cares?
It's like,
and
he's
gave
like,
us
I
the
don't
mark.
care.
And like she was like, so like, oh Vera, you have to like say something. And I'm like, I was literally busy. Like I don't know what you want from me. Like I was like, why am I being blamed? I don't get it.
Like, I was literally sleeping.
Like I was busy. Like I don't get it. Like we didn't have class that morning. It's just like, okay, like if you're awake and you know that it's, let's say like an hour from the due date, like whatever, deadline, then just hand it in if you think it's fine. Like if you don't get anything, or if it's 10 minutes, hand it in. I don't know. Some people,
I just think like it's better, like especially my program is very big on getting things in on time. Like
yeah.
it's really like my program specifically has like a 10% off or every day that it's late.
Ours
So
is ours is like it's like 50% and then like 0.
because yours is a bit stricter than
Yeah.
mine.
It's like you get 50% off. Sometimes you like if you get later, sometimes it's just 0. It's like straight up 0.
Okay,
It's
not gonna complain about my policy.
10% is not too bad. But yeah, it can suck though. It sucks though. Because you could get
So
like, let's say like, got like an 80, or like or even 100. It's like okay, 90, then 80, then you know it sucks.
Well, my big one was that I handed it in, but the program that I was using to hand it in glitched.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like to the professor, I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. The program glitched, but I did hand it in. I can show you the timestamp that I did submit, like I did attach the project at this time. It was there. It just
Yeah.
didn't submit. And he's like, well, it's your responsibility to get it in on time, so you really need to watch out for that confirmation email. And I was like, dude, it was 12 o'clock at night. I handed it in and then went to sleep.
Yeah, like they literally like specific like the at least I don't know which program you're using, but mine has like a they send like a confirmation email too, right? But like they'll specifically say when it's handing in, it's like this is this time that you're handing it in, and like
You guys don't use Blackboard, do you?
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, we use something called Blackboard, and it's the bane of my existence because I've used Google Classroom since I was like 10.
Yeah.
So for the past like 10 years, I've basically been using that.
Mhm.
And then now they're like, oh yeah, we're using this other much leggier program that doesn't have a mobile app.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
Mine is just like online, like on the browser, so you can just go on. I can like go on my phone and like hand stuff in. So I'm like, and then they'll send you an email afterwards, like the automatic email that's like, you handed in this document at whatever 11:59 p.m. or a.m. whatever. Like great, now I know that I for sure handed it in. So if the teacher says it's wrong, you know. But then they'll be like, make sure to hand it in like at least 10 minutes before, because what if the computer glitches, because sometimes it does that. And I'm like, it's never done that, but
well, it's done it to me, so
I'm lucky
for me,
that it never
lesson
happened.
learned.
You have to make sure it's like 10 minutes before. I there's been times where like I'm working on a huge project that I have like only 5 minutes. Like I was working on it and like barely slept. Like it's like one of those things like finals project, like,
Yeah.
whatever. And like I'm like, oh my god, it's literally 11:58. Like on like it could, if it's like a minute later, it's like it would be like almost 0, basically, pretty much 0. Like for me, it feels like it's 0, even if it was 50% off. I'm like, you might as well just fail me at that point. Like, what's the point? Like, if I get 100%, then maybe I get, you know, a good
A
mark,
passing
like
grade,
passing grade. But like, it's just do 0 at that point. It used to be like in the earlier semesters, it was like they kind of like increase the percent off as like you go. So like earlier on, it was like 25% off. So it was like, that's not a big deal. 25% off. I could still, if I got 100%, that's like whatever, you know. I still have a decent passing mark. And now it's like I'm literally just gonna fail if I get like a 50% off. So don't even like give me that. It's not even worth it.
It's like, oh, you did so, like, we love this project, but you handed it in a full 10 seconds late, therefore you failed it.
Like, they just don't even like care. They're just like, whatever. Should have handed in at least 10 minutes beforehand, so.
Luckily, my profs aren't super bad. It's literally just the one that's like, it's your responsibility to get it in on time. The other ones are like, hey, you submitted this like a day late. Everything okay? And I'm like, oops.
Actually, that happened to me, and no professor reached out, but I was lucky to even get a mark for that, because as I said, like it's 50% off. And so I thought it was due on a Thursday, because my teacher literally said it was gonna be due on Thursday, but I guess he changed his mind. And
as as they do.
and I was working on it like no sleep again. Like it's like one of those things. And I handed in, I'm like, wait, this was supposed to be due like 24 hours ago.
Oh no.
24 hours ago. And so I handed it in, I'm like, right after I realized it. And then I was like, oh man. Like I was freaking out a little bit.
Well, reasonably enough, yeah.
And so I was just like, man, and I was lucky that like I guess because on like it's on the website it says like the deadline it was yesterday, right? My teacher was like, I know that I know I said Thursday at some point, so, and probably other people also thought it was Thursday, so I did get like a better mark, but I didn't get like a full mark, but
That's
okay.
a reasonable thing. Our
Yeah.
our one professor continuously keeps posting stuff. Like he keeps scaring people because he keeps posting stuff for one of his other classes.
Oh my
And he's
gosh.
like, just a reminder, this group project is due. And we're like, what the fuck? We don't have a group project for this class.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, and then we'll just get a message with him being like, oops, hee hee, didn't actually mean to send that to you.
I've had like also professors do that, and like it'll be like the same project but for different classes. But it'll be like different deadlines. So it's like, okay, this is due tomorrow or like today. It's like, wait, what? I thought it was supposed to be due
Wasn't
like
that?
next week. It's like,
I haven't
actually
even
no,
picked it up.
no, it's actually for a different class. Never mind, guys. That's so stressful. Ugh.
Us- It's okay. We still love this professor anyway, though. He literally used like the words "riz" in like this guy is like fully like in his 60s. And
Oh my gosh.
he's like because I did a presentation in his class about Spider-Man Pop Tarts. Um,
Is there a reason why is Spider-Man Pop Tart specifically?
so we had to make a presentation about like a print ad.
Mm.
And I was sitting there Googling just print ads and scrolling through. But at the same time, I was listening to TikTok. And there's one audio where it's like what's your favorite kind of Pop Tart? And it's like, oh, I like this one. It's like, that is such a basic answer. And they're like, okay, fine. You want to really hear it? My favorite is a 2002 Spider Man exclusive Pop Tart. And I was like, what? So I
What?
Googled it and it was there. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just going to do this.
It's like, you know what? I'm inspired.
Inspired by TikTok.
Sometimes the most inspiration is just random, like that.
But no, and then the professor's like, yeah, I understand this. Andrew Garfield does have Riz. And we were all like, dude.
Andrew Garfield has Riz. That's such a weird. I could not imagine any of my professors saying that. They're all like at least 40 years old men. Just like
Well,
they don't even like care about that kind of stuff.
there's also one professor that's from my hometown that teaches at my school. I
Yeah.
didn't know this. Um, but we were talking. She's like, "So how's the high school?" And I'm like, I can't tell you that in like an actual sense because I don't want you to like move away. You're my backup plan if we ever get snowed in and I need a ride to school.
I mean, that's useful. Oh, I carpool with my teacher. That's great.
Well, my youngest sibling's doing that with our cousin, but they're like, my mom's like, oh, we need to like be careful because we don't want people to think our like cousin is a predator, and that's why they're driving your ninth grade younger siblings to school every day. And I'm like, well, he's gonna be their math teacher. I don't think people are gonna think that. My mom's like, you literally just graduated from high school. Did you lose all your sense of what schools are like?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, you're right.
Like, it's just because he's much older, right?
Well,
Just,
he's a relative, but he's not like he's a distant relative. He's our second cousin.
okay.
So he lives near us, but we don't have like a good like we don't talk to them all that often.
Mhm.
So it's really just that he teaches at the school, and it's like a specialty school, which is a bit further away from our house. So there's no bus that goes there, but because he might be teaching there, my mom's like, well, this would be a great backup plan to get Alex to school if like plan A fails.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like so many, in my high school at least, like, so many different people, like, they don't even, like, check if, like, who's driving the car, you know? But I mean, I
I don't
guess
know.
it could, I mean, if they don't know the relation and, like, if people don't look alike,
Alike.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. Like, okay, that's kind of weird that this random adult is driving this young person.
Well, it's also my mom pointed out that the other reason is that this is like it's an advanced program,
Mhm.
and you know how competitive universities are
Yeah.
in our where we are. So it's like an advanced like program that gets you kind of right to university. So it's very competitive from the get-go.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, if our math teacher is driving this one kid to school and they're related, obviously this kid's going to get the best letter of recommendation." I'm like, "You guys are ninth graders, chill."
It's not that big a deal.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "I promise you guys will get into your university of choice." I know someone who applied like literally the day before the deadline, and still got in.
Yeah, like
And they didn't go to class like ever. I'm like, "You're fine."
it's just it's just, like it's grades and all that kind of stuff and like, you know, I don't know. It's like the requisites and whatever, like you're not just gonna get suddenly into school with bad grades and like a recommendation, you know? You're still gonna
Yeah.
look at like all the stats.
They'll be looking at everything.
And they'll look at everything, so like I've I could have gone like I had like all the academic classes and stuff. I could have gone to university, but there's nothing in university for me. I wanted to do specific programs, so
You're
that's
like,
fine.
you're like, I gotta find my own way.
I'm fine with college. Like, it's not. I don't need like the academic stuff, like the having to do like a major, minor stuff like that. I'm fine.
The only thing that I find is like the universities are just better funded, I find.
I mean, they have like nice stuff.
Well, I'm sitting there talking with my one friend, and they're like, "Oh yeah, my university has 2 ice rinks and an Olympic-sized swimming pool."
I
And I'm
mean,
like, I was like, "Excuse me, you have not one, but
two,
two."
two. Well, I know that like at my college, like when I like started going there, they like just made like a wellness center. So it was like you have all like the fun stuff in there, and also like a gym, and like I don't know if there's a pool there, but it was like this is like an interesting facility, and like it's like your tuition pays for it anyway, so it's just like that's not even though my campus is smaller than like the university here, uh, it still has some nice stuff. I don't know. Some nice stuff in here. It doesn't have to be Olympic.
Oh, my school it's a very nice school,
Yeah.
but we don't have a pool or an ice rink. There's a skating trail nearby, but it's really small. And I'm like, I want to go skating whenever I want. What do you mean? You get to do that and you're going up to parties instead.
Yeah, like I loved skating as a kid. I didn't really skate much afterwards, but it'd be so nice to have like a rink nearby. I only have to like wait, um, either go to like a certain center, I guess, which is like farther away, or wait till like winter when like they like freeze the ground in like the park
Yeah.
or something. I don't know how they do that. It's just an ice rink. They make one.
Well, there is like an ice rink nearby, but they only have like free skate for like 2 hours a week on separate days. And I'm like, 1 hour of skating like on a one day of the weekend isn't enough.
Yeah. I would I don't know if, I don't think my city has this, but I would love like one of those like roller rinks, like the not like the ice, but like the roller skates.
Oh,
That'd be
there's
so
actually
cool.
there actually is one kind of near where I am. I just haven't gone yet because it's up north and I don't want to transfer buses 4 times by myself.
Yeah, I get it. But I like I I really like the idea of learning how to roller skate specifically because I can like not I can apply that skill to like outside of the roller rink. I can just skate on by.
Do, 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 do.
just do some spins. Some spins on my way in. Everyone's like, what's up with that? What's up with her? She
What's
okay?
going on over there? Is everything okay, honey?
Is her head okay? I don't know. Why is she doing that?
To be fair, I sort of used to do that when I was younger a lot, where I would just like do my silly little skating things all over the place. My mom's like, "We are at a Walmart. Please stop trying to practice your axle on the ground."
I've always wanted those like Heely shoes. Like,
Oh, I wanted those too.
I was just like,
Have
that's
you
so cool.
have you seen the ones that have like the built-in skate in them?
I'm not sure. I can look it up right now.
I don't remember what they're called, but they're roller skating like shoes. So like like the wheels fold up into like the shoe, and then it's just like, oh, it's a platform sneaker, and now it's roller skates.
Oh, I can't really. I can only find just like the normal Heelys right now. Interesting. I think I remember seeing something like that though. I just can't find it right now.
It's all right.
That's unfortunate. That'd be fun. Just like, okay, I'm walking, and now, and now I'm skating.
Well, I thought that would be I really want to get them for when I moved to the city, because I was like, in the city, there's like more room, so I can just
like,
roller skate to class.
I mean, like, I remember, like, I only seen like one person in my city do this, but just like there's like a guy that just like rolled on by with roller skates. It's like, I want to be you. I think that's fun. Like I wish
You're
that
just
more
like,
people would do that.
you're like, you're the coolest person in the room right now.
You're just cool. Like, I wish I could be that nonchalant, just no care, just roller skate.
Just vroom, vroom.
Vroom vroom. I know that like at least by my high school we have like a skate park, so there's like a lot of skaters nearby, but not like roller skating. we have like I'll like see like just outside, you just see someone skating with a skateboard on the ground, like on the road. I'm like, come on. On the road? You could just be on the sidewalk, I guess, because there's like people driving or whatever. But that's what happens when you have hooligans that live nearby. Yeah, it's like, especially in like the summer, you'll see that a lot because it's warm. You'll see skating, you'll see biking on the road. You see like sometimes you do see roller skating, just like I seen. It's fun.
It's like, oh my god, people are actually doing things.
People do things. They're not just like sitting inside.
Sitting inside, drawing and crocheting.
Drawing and like YouTubing like me. Just having their little avatars.
People have lives outside of the internet? Oh, no way.
I can't believe there's people who have lives. It's crazy. It's not natural.
I know. Damn liberals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I always find it nice when like you, like see like a family like all like skating together, not skating but like biking together. I don't know. You'll just see like you'll see a big bike and then you'll see like another big bike and then you'll see like two tiny bikes. It's just cute. It's like, man, that's cute. I wish I had a life.
You're like, damn, people spending time with their families couldn't be
Wow.
me.
I mean, I go to the backyard, which we have a nice backyard, but I don't like bike around my neighborhood. If I'm gonna bike, I kind of like go to like the specific park, but not like in my neighborhood. But it is nice to see people doing stuff in the neighborhood and not just like away, you know.
Yeah.
They always say like there's like no spaces for people anymore, like for kids especially. Like you can't just go here. You get like kicked out if you're a teenager or something, you know.
Well, yeah, especially like certain people, like, I don't know, I grew up in like a time where there wasn't really anything for people to do, so for many people, they're like, oh, yeah, we actually went to like, we had like a space for kids. I'm like, we had parks, but we weren't safe at those parks because there's nothing for the teenagers to do.
Yeah.
So the teenagers would sit at the parks and smoke.
Yeah, basically. Luckily, I mean, like, well, it's not really like luckily, but like the only thing that I can think of that's like, at least for like kids, teenagers always kind of get screwed over. Like they can't really do anything. But we had like a children's museum. That was fun. I remember going once for a field trip, and they had like you could pretend to be like a McDonald's employee for some reason.
Oh,
You could
that's
like
fun.
it's like a playground for kids in a way, but then like also you could pretend to have a job.
Oh my god, wait, I've been there before.
You probably have.
I'm like, wait a second, I feel like this is really familiar. I'm like, oh wait, I remember where you live. I've been there.
Yeah. I mean, I had fun when I was a kid. There, I remember in high school, we were like, you know, because there's like nothing to do, but like, my friends were like, wait, what if we like went there again? Wouldn't that be fun? We'll just be like having those tiny things. Will be whatever. We never went, but it's just a funny thought. Just like a bunch of teenagers, like, let's get some tickets and and be kids
Well,
again.
what's really funny is, so when I was in 8th grade, we did a grade 8 trip to Ottawa,
That's nice.
and we went to the big museum in Ottawa that has a massive kids area that has like a full like little theater
That's cool.
so that kids can like put on plays and whatnot. And you think, oh, a bunch of 8th graders, they're gonna want to look at all the art and the statues and the actual, no, we all beeline to the kids area.
It's just like, let's do the fun stuff, the actual fun things. Let's stop looking at all this boring art and whatever. I know like there's like at least like we went like on a few field trips as a kid, but I know like there's like at our there's like the museum downtown is like there is like a little section like you can like do like arts and crafts. So like we went on a field trip to see art, but then at the end they're like, you know what? we have this art section. Let's do like a bunch of art. That was fun. And like what's cool is that like in front there is like a playground for some reason. Like it's like near a park, so it's just like it's like the perfect place for kids. But I don't know about if teenagers are allowed, but definitely like fun for kids. There's always some nice stuff for kids. I don't know.
Kids get to have all the darn fun.
Yeah.
Except now there's all the Sephora kids.
Oh yeah. I don't get. Just it's like people get mad at like teenagers being in the malls or whatever. And like these just children are like let loose into these stores and causing mayhem. Like ugh. Messing up the like makeup and whatever. That's like more of like an adult space. They shouldn't be there. These 12-year-olds or younger should not be there.
Yeah, no,
That's the
it's
one thing I have. You know, children shouldn't be there. I'm the old man that's telling you kids not to be in that place. I'm sure it's fun,
no,
but
it's
go ahead.
I still find it like people getting mad about certain restaurants being like, we're a child-free space. Like,
Don't you want to
sorry?
have like, don't you want to have like a nice time without kids screaming?
Like, how dare?
How dare you like not want to like hear like a baby puke in the other on the other table? Just
Like, okay, I get if like you're the only restaurant in like an amount of space and you're not accepting any kids at all, but like, I'm sorry if like this really fancy restaurant with expensive stuff as decorations doesn't want kids running around.
yeah, like I mean, there's a reason why there's such thing as like a family restaurant. Just go to a family restaurant. Those are like made for having kids there. They have coloring books, you know, a kids menu, like
Well, me and my friends went to a Montana's a few weeks ago, and it was the thing is the Montana's that we were at, like they rather than having like a tablecloth, they just have paper.
oh,
So, and the server's supposed to like write their name on it or whatever. Um, but she left the thing of crayons on our table, and we're all art kids.
it's just that's like that would be like great. I mean, if I go to a restaurant, I want to draw too. I don't like. Can I draw? Can I have paper? I was like the kid that like, no matter if my parents brought me somewhere, like they had to bring me also like paper and like crayons and stuff like that, so that like I wouldn't be bored because I wanted to draw. And now look at me, I'm drawing still. Didn't stop. Yeah. I don't know, if you go into like a nice restaurant, don't expect your children to be accepted there too. You know, get a babysitter if you want to go to a fancy restaurant. It's probably cheaper anyway. You know.
Yeah, like also the fact that like if you're gonna go to a restaurant, you might as well go to a restaurant that like your kids can actually like will actually eat at.
Yeah.
Because I work at like a sushi restaurant, and for some reason parents are always like, I've had parents come in with like 3 little kids, like young kids,
Yeah,
and
like
they're like, we want them to try sushi for the first time. And I'm like, that's great. Let me offer some like sushi that kids might actually want to eat.
yeah.
And then they'll order a bunch of really, like, I won't recommend them. They won't take my recommendations. And then they'll order a bunch of expensive stuff they want them to try, which usually is a bunch of like spicy stuff as well.
Yeah.
And then the kids don't eat anything and they take half of it home with them. And I'm like, what was the point? There's a great restaurant down the street that serves chicken nuggets and french fries.
That's true. Like, if you want your kids to try sushi, there is like sushi like in the stores. Like you can just buy like a little bit of sushi for them, and you can eat the rest or
try it.
whatever. Like they can try it before they even go to a restaurant. Like, at least you'll know if they can eat it. Imagine like they're like allergic to like some sort of fish and like they try it for the first time in your restaurant.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
that's like a whole commotion already. Like, I don't know.
I'm about to sound really old now, but like these new kids, they just don't seem to understand how like a restaurant works.
Yeah.
Because I've been like, the way our restaurant is set up is like half the restaurant in the front is set up to having 3 tables because it's just a small place, right?
Mm.
And then the other half that isn't like the kitchen is like for the employees and workers, and where like we use for storage and stuff.
Yeah.
And like for storage, I mean like chopsticks, soy sauce, that kind of stuff. The fish stuff stays in the back, I promise.
Yeah.
But I've been at like the station we use for like packing up takeout orders, and turned around and there's just a kid staring at me being like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, "This is an employees only area. Please leave."
It's like parents are just like, you know what? I'm going to a restaurant and now the workers are going to babysit my kids.
Right?
It's like, come on. If you're going to take your kids to a restaurant, at least like watch them. It's not a playground.
Big thing is, well, that's the thing. We'll have kids like running around the front where the tables are, or jumping on like the booths, to like a point where if we're busy, and like little kids come in with like a more than like, if it's like a big party, we're like, okay, we'll make room for like a couple to sit down, because couples are usually pretty easy peasy.
Yeah.
But if a family comes in and they have a bunch of little kids and they're not like a regular that comes in, because we do have regulars that have kids that come in and they're fine because they have parents, but they'll be like, "Are there kids already climbing on the furniture?"
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
God.
"Yep." And they're like, "Yeah, no, we're not. Tell them we're too busy."
I mean, at least you get a little bit of headache relief there, but still.
Well, one time they were like, "Do you actually want to take?" We were slow, and they were like, "Do you really want to take them right now?" And I was like, "No."
I mean, I understand if it's like a party or something and then like they rented out the restaurant or something, you know, they paid for that space, but then like if other people are there, they are bothering those people. Like they
Well,
just
that's
want,
my thing. Where
yeah,
if they made her, if sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying like if they like paid to be there, then they want a nice experience, and so if like other people are ruining that experience, it does kind of like you might not get those people back ever again, right?
Exactly. Like my big thing is that we're such a small restaurant that there's only 3 people given working a night.
Oh yeah.
So it's usually me doing takeout, taking phone orders, and serving, and then the kitchen making the food. So
Yeah.
if we have reservations in advance, we kind of know like we know, oh, we can't take a certain amount of orders for certain times.
Mhm.
But then we'll be really busy and we'll have people walk in. They'll be like, "We deserve a table because we have kids and they're hungry." And I'll be like, "That's so great. There's a kid-friendly restaurant down the street, and if you want to drive 5 minutes, there's a Wendy's, a Burger King, and a McDonald's down
Like
there."
there's so many places that would like accommodate children, and they're like, this is the one place where like my bratty children, like I'm gonna take them to like to a nicer restaurant, you know, like where people want to just have like a nice time and not be stressed out. They might even like leave their own kids at home and go for like a couple's night, and then you're just reminding them of their own children.
But yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit biased because I always compare it to this one family that comes in every now and there, where they have 2 kids that are probably 10-ish, and they come in and they bring their books, and they read while their parents talk about whatever, and then the food comes out. They put their books away and they all talk as a family, and it's so nice. And
It's nice, yeah.
I'm like, why can't all families with kids be like this?
Or like they could be on their phone or whatever, like, or like a game, or like give them a coloring book or something or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
no, this summer I told them, I'm like, because we get a lot of tourists in our area, and I'm like, because we always get more kids in the summer. I'm like, I'm gonna go out and buy a set of like coloring books and like a set of like just Crayola crayons
like
for the kids.
you're using your work money to like give back to your work to make it easier.
And I'm not even really even working there that summer. I'm going to work somewhere that can give me more hours. I'm
Yeah.
just really close with the owners, so they're like, "Can you work a few shifts that we don't have anyone to fill?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, but I'm
I-
bringing my coloring books. No question.
Yeah, but Well, the thing is, I feel like if I brought the coloring books, the other employees would just fill them in instead of giving them to the kids.
I mean, it's up to them if they give it to them or not. So they're just like, it's mine. I'm using it.
They're just like, let me just take a look at this Disney princess coloring book. Yeah, you know what? I think Elsa looks much better in pink.
Yeah. So I was like thinking like, let's just like do different colors for Elsa. That's what I was thinking as well.
Um, but yeah, luckily I think the owners have decided, yeah, we're not gonna have as many kids in the restaurant because they're like, well, the one owner is like watching the cameras and he's like, they're climbing on everything. And I'm like, I know. I asked them to stop nicely and I told their parents, and their parents just said, oh, kids will be kids.
It's always
And
that.
I'm
It's
like,
always like, kids will be kids. That means that I cannot tell my kids not to do things. Like,
gentle parenting
it's like,
with quotations.
like my parents were great, and like, I mean, I was always kind of more quiet, and even though I was more energetic as a child, like, you would not catch me being a menace to like to like in a restaurant or anything like that. Like even with my silliness as a kid, I was always sitting down, just quiet, whatever. Like, I just don't. It's like, just parent your kids. You have to have consequences. Like,
And that's the thing where I'm like, literally in this day and age, it's not impossible to bring something small for your kids to do, especially if you're like, if you're getting dinner with people you haven't seen in a while and you can't get a sitter, that's like one thing entirely.
yeah,
But like, if you're just specifically bringing a bunch of kids out to dinner and you don't want to like supervise them, then go somewhere where you don't need to supervise them.
yeah. Like, maybe like one place I know that like some McDonald's has those play places.
Yeah.
Bring them there. They can play on the playground or whatever, and then you guys can eat. I know it's McDonald's, but like, you know,
This,
if you're
yeah,
gonna do a family
but
outing, right?
well, even like some Burger Kings have it too, and I'm like, okay. Or even if like what my parents used to do if they were getting along with a bunch of parents, is they would just take us all to the park. Everyone would make lunch or food for their kids, and then they ordered a pizza for themselves.
Oh, that's nice. That just sounds nice. Like, I would do that now without the kids, but
Well,
get a pizza to
that's
the park.
that's literally what me and my friends are doing. We're just like this summer, we're like, okay, we're gonna do craft days, and then we're gonna do picnics where we just bring like arts and crafts and books and stuff out to like a park and bring a picnic blanket, and then we'll just get food on the way there.
That just sounds so nice. I'm like jealous. I want to do that.
just take a however many hour drive
It's like
down to where
it's
I
like I
live.
want to join.
You're
Let me
like, hey,
join.
I'm like, hey guys, meet my friend I met on the internet.
I'm here for the first time and I'm at the park. You know, I'm not suspicious.
You just see us.
It's not that I didn't drive here like 3 hours just to get here because there's traffic also, and yeah, that's the
And
one
it's like,
thing.
it's like, okay, where is Everly? Where's the little ginger? Let's go find her.
Where is she? And now you have like pink in your hair, right?
It's, I did. It faded out really, really quick.
Yeah, that's like, I would want pink in my hair, but then it's like so temporary. You know, it's so easy to wash out.
Well, my problem is that like I didn't know you weren't supposed to shower with warm water.
Oh,
So I'm sitting there with my friends after like the first two times I'd showered with like basically really, really hot water.
I mean, like
And
me
my
too.
and my friends are like, "Oh yeah, you're not supposed to do that. That's why it washed out so quickly." And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
oops."
and also like I don't know like how quickly, like at least like for my whenever I get my hair dyed, it's like, okay, you have to wait like 4 days or something before washing your hair, so that it
Mine
like
told me
stays in.
Mine said 48 hours, so I waited 48 hours, but like,
It's always better to wait like an even though it's like I would say like if you do it like on a Thursday or something, like dye your hair on a Thursday, then like you have the weekend, like if you're not doing anything, you know, then like wash your hair on like Sunday or something, you know.
maybe I'll do that next time because they said that it only like because it costs a lot to put the highlights in,
Yeah,
but they said that like it'll only be like 60 next time I want to get it done. So I might get it done again in the summer.
yeah.
But also my mom's one friend, her other daughter did her hair similar to the way I did mine a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she has hair dye left over, like professional level hair dye.
Ooh,
And and she's like, if you mix some of this into your conditioner, it'll bring the pink back. So I'm like, okay.
that's a tip, that's for sure.
So I'm
Yeah,
like, okay. As soon as I'm done at the water part, because I know chlorine is gonna like,
yeah, that's gonna like clean everything out. Do it
yeah,
after you go to the part, to the water park, you know.
just be like, okay, time to go pink again.
Just like
But
it's basically like going like that chlorine almost like makes it go back to like the bleach, you know. Sometimes. But
well, I'm yeah.
with my own like I have like I dye my hair like a red tone, and that one is like also like similar to like pink. It does like wash out really easily, and so that's what like I was suggested to like wait a little bit longer to like wash your hair kind of thing, so that you don't like wash it all out in a week, you know.
Wait a few days.
You have to wait like a few more days. If like unless it's like super greasy and you're like, okay, I'm I'm just gonna wash it. But for the first dye, like an initial dye, you should wait like a few days, like 4 days. 4 to 5 days even. If you can, 5 days, like if it's a long weekend. Wait for the Victoria Day or something.
Well, I'm thinking of like, you know, doing blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I just completely forgot what I was saying. Um, for like the summer right before I go back to school, I'm thinking about depending on how I'm feeling then, bleaching like the underside
Ooh.
of my hair, like the back, pink, like bleaching it and then doing it pink. So then I have like pink highlights on top and then pink hair at the back.
That'd be cool.
But my problem is I'm like, but am I really ready to commit to that? Because I'm like, I've got I've got my pretty red hair and everyone's like, don't do it. It won't grow back the same. And I'm like, well, it's already done, but I haven't like crossed the line to like fully bleaching a section of my hair. I've just lightened it a bit.
Yeah. I actually like I mean I'm like naturally blonde, but as I grew older I
Lucky.
had I became like a dirty blonde, so like it's not even like a nice looking blonde, it's just like a I look like I have gray hair. Like I don't even look like I'm blonde, really. And so I always like felt like my face became like too pale with that kind of tone, but I for some reason like that's like the lesson I learned now that like blonde kind of makes me look paler. But at some point I was like, you know what? I just want to be a proper blonde hair. I bleached my hair, which my hairdresser was like, no, don't do that. I still did it anyway. So I had at that time I wanted short hair, so I had short, like very short blonde hair that was just like, and like you have to use like tonering,
Bleached.
like bleached blonde hair, and like it's like no, don't do it, don't bleach your hair. But when I look back, I'm like, I don't think it looks that bad.
Well, my thing is, I'm like, I like my ginger hair, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm already putting. If I don't do pink highlights again, I'm just gonna go back to see if they can put the blonde in instead.
I mean, blonde and ginger hair looks really good. I think it's a good thing. So even if it's like you wash out the pink, it would still look pretty decent, I would say. As long as you like use
Hmm.
like toner and stuff, you know. so it doesn't
Yeah.
become like all yellow, you know. But yeah, and after that, after like dyeing my hair, well, after that I was like, okay, I'm not blonde. I don't want to be blonde anymore. I'm gonna dye my hair like brown, right? So I like dyed my hair brown, like go back to a natural tone, and then
Hmm.
I as I grew out, because I was like after that I'm like I'm not having short hair anymore, so I grew out long, and then uh I'm like what? Wouldn't I look better with red hair? I always felt like I should. When I was a kid, I was like I wanted to grow up to be a ginger for some reason. Actually, in my family, I do have ginger. Like my grandpa is basically ginger and like stuff. But I became blonde because my dad is blonde. But
It's actually really funny because when I was younger, I wanted to grow up and I was hoping my hair would lighten and go blonde.
sort of opposites. Yeah, I want to be a ginger when I was growing up, and by the power of dye, I actually became redheaded a little bit. I'm not necessarily like a light ginger, but I have like a dark kind of like more like it's like closer to like a brown, but it looks red. And some people
You're
think
gonna
it's natural.
you're gonna have to do like a hair reveal at some point.
I mean, like you can see, like I actually my in my I have like a face reveal on my Instagram, right? And like
Oh,
that's
I
that's
forgot about that.
and
That's
that's
when my
like
first was like,
that's my that's the hair that I dye like that color. I dye it that color, and oftentimes because I don't bleach my hair, so it's not brighter. It's like it's kind of like my dark gray hair with like red on it, so it kind of looks more natural. But some people are like, you're not ginger. Yeah,
you're like,
they're surprised. I'm like, yeah, like, and luckily, like when my hair grows out, it's like dark enough that like it's not like ugly. So I can kind of like get away with like having like the roots not dyed because like I remember like going a few times to like the hairdresser like, oh, it looks good. Like, did you do that on purpose? Like, no, I didn't. I didn't. Um, I'm gonna be dyeing my hair again. Yeah, but I don't know. I like a few months ago I was like, what if I had black hair? What if I dyed my hair black? Like that was like that's it's such a drastic thing. I'm like my face is so pale, right? That like it's like meant for like a lighter tone. And so I'm like I wonder how I'm gonna look. So I decided to buy a black wig.
ooh,
I
that's a better alternative than dyeing it just because you're like, I
yeah.
kind of want to see how it looks.
I was like saying this to like my mom like what if how would I look with black hair? Should I dye my hair black? She's like, please no, please don't do it. Because she's used to my red hair. She's like, please don't. And so I got a black wig to like prove it to myself.
Compromise.
Like I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna dye my hair, but I want to see how I look. And then I put it on. I'm like, I don't look terrible. I don't think I look good though. So I guess my face is meant for like more like red tones. Like black is kind of like pure black. It was not even like a brown tone to it. It just like pure, like if it were to be the light, you know, like kind of like anime, it's like blue instead, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mine is kind of like a rose gold right now because like the lighter parts that were like because we toned it with pink, right?
yeah,
So we lightened it and then toned it with pink. Is like kind of fading out, so it kind of looks like a rose gold because it still has like the pinkish hue, especially up in my bangs.
yeah.
So it just has like a very like rose gold look right now, and I'm
That's a
like, oh, I really like
that's
this,
a
and I'm
nice
like,
that's a nice tone. But it
I'm
is
like,
like
I'm just gonna.
difficult, like with like when you like it's always difficult when you like how the hair looks after it like washes out a little bit.
Well,
Like
that's the thing, because my like description for what I wanted was I was like, I don't want my hair to be like hot pink. I just want it to have like this cute little like pastel-y look,
yeah.
right? And they were like, okay, it's gonna be drastic. And then they toned it, and then I could barely see the pink in it, and I'm like, This is great, except I can't see the pink at all. And they were like,
No.
I'm happy you said that because we're gonna go retone. So we retoned it.
Well, it ended up looking really good though. I don't know how it looks now, but
I'll send you like a hair reveal back. Be like, oh, that's the thing where I'm kind of committing to growing it out now. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't dye the hell out of it and murder it.
I don't know, like it's always so tempting to like just do like a whole different change to the hair. Like I want to grow out my hair, which it's gotten much longer now, but like from that picture it's like way longer. But I'm like looking like what if I just let me see if I wanted to do like how BB's let's see if I can there you go. I wanted to do like this. You can see on the video. I wanted to have like this kind of bob hair.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, do I really want to spend like I've cut my hair and like had it grown out many times. But like, do I really want to like wait like like 2 years to get my hair to the same length again?
Well, I keep having like the point in my head where I'm like, I really liked having short hair. I looked so good with short hair. And I think it's because my two really close friends have really similar cuts, just different like textures of hair.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so in pictures, it's like, oh, I'm the one who stands out with my really long hair.
Then you stand
I'm like,
out.
I could just, and I'm like, if I could go back to a bob and then I'll do the behind my hair and we'll all match. And then I'm like, but no, we've literally been growing our hair out for 2 years.
Yeah, just like
I told
all this effort cut. I remember last time I cut my hair, well, but like the time before actually last time, because last time I got a trim, but I remember they're like, "You sure? Are you sure you want to cut your hair? Like it's a nice length." I'm like, I want to be short. I actually I have cut my hair to like a similar length like 2 years ago. That like I have right now on my model, and I have like curly hair, so
oh, twins.
like my hair like and it's poofy, right? So
Yeah.
it looks good when you style it, but then when it like starts growing out, like once the like cut starts growing out, I have like thick hair, so they'll like trim underneath. I don't know how exactly. It's like almost like they take away hair underneath my hair. So it's like I guess I'm like bald at certain points. I don't know if it doesn't know. It's not noticeable, but it's just like they do it, and like so when that grows out, my hair becomes like a cloud, but I have a small head. Like my head's so small and tiny that it looks ridiculous. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cut my hair short, and that's why it's difficult. I'm like, if I style it, it will look good. Like if I style it, but then I can't. I'm conflicted.
Well, for me, I'm like, when I was younger, I had really long hair down my back and I loved it, but I didn't know how to take care of it because I was 9.
Yeah.
So, uh, we, my mom got tired of fighting with me because I also had really curly hair and I didn't like having it brushed. So I was like, fine, do it yourself. And I obviously didn't know how to take care of curly hair properly.
Yeah.
So then we had to go to the salon and they cut it down to like my shoulders and I was so upset. But it ended up looking really cute, but then it grew out. And then I did another really short cut when I was like 16.
Yeah.
But it was growing, my hair for that length was growing really slow because again, I still didn't know how to take care of it. So I cut it again when I was 15, 16. And then I was like, I'm going to grow it out until college and I'll cut it short again for college. And now I'm in college. I'm like, I'm actually not going to do that because I actually know how to take care of it now. And it's grown so much
Yeah.
in like a short amount of time. Like my mom was wanted to braid my hair the other day for whatever reason. And she's like, your hair is stupidly long now.
Stupidly long. It's interesting to describe the hair. Like
Well, she's like, because she was braiding it. She's like, this is taking forever. This is so stupid. I'm like, you wanted to do
like,
it.
you're the one that's like I don't know, like I just braid my own hair. Like, then don't braid my hair if you're gonna get mad. I'll just braid it
Well,
myself.
I don't think she was really upset. I think it was more that she was like,
Just
why
frustrated.
is your yeah, she's like, why is your hair so long? Which is really funny because the next day she's like, can I do it again? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's like silly mothers.
We love them. They can just be a little bit goofy sometimes.
They're a little goofy sometimes, but we love them. It's okay.
We'll keep them even if they're being a little bit goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, my mom growing up was helping with my hair. She was never frustrated. So, luckily, she always had short hair because she never liked how it felt, with her long hair. Like, she had originally, like, before I was born, but then kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with my short hair. I'm not gonna grow it out anymore. And so she kind of like loved doing my hair, like doing like little braids or doing like different hairstyles and stuff like that. So she never complained, but she would complain if my head moved. Like when she's like brushing it, you know, like it goes back.
Yeah, my mom was like that too. She's like, just sit still. And
Just,
I'm like,
just keep your neck
I
still.
know.
Like, how? You're pulling.
Well, I was also like a very fidgety kid.
Yeah.
So I hated getting it done, but like at the time my hair had to be braided for school. So it was just an ongoing battle every morning of me being like, no, I don't want this. And her being like, well, I don't want this either, but we don't have a choice.
I don't want this either. Yeah.
Like,
Oh
she's
my
like, I don't
goodness.
want to sit here with a kid screaming between my legs as I'm braiding their hair. And they're like, I just want to go to school with my hair down. And she's like, no.
You can't. Like literally,
There
you
was
can't.
there was a reason behind it, but at the time I was like, you're so mean. Please.
It's
You
like,
go to
and she's like, remember when you called me mean? Later in life.
And nowadays I'm like, yeah, you can do my hair whenever you want. I'll just sit here and stare at the TV.
Yeah. My mom will like sometimes, because it on the back it can be difficult to like dye everything evenly, so my mom will help me dye my hair, and I'll be like sitting in front of TV. I don't know, I guess she never really got to do her own hair like all cute and stuff. I guess like she never got to do like braids and whatever, so she just loves like, I'll do it. Look at this. Yeah, so she likes helping me out. Because I mean, she didn't even have like a sister to like do her hair or something, you know, like she had like a little brother, so who had short hair, so it's like she never really got to like experiment with these kind of things. So when I was growing up, I had like all these like different hairstyles every day. Or like, I don't know.
Well, my mom was the same way. Like she literally our school used to do like crazy hair day,
Oh
and
yeah.
she somehow built like what looked like a bun that looked like a bird's nest and then got like these little toy birds from the dollar store to pin into my hair.
That's so cool.
She also for Christmas made me and my younger siblings' hair. She did this really complicated braid at the back and made our hair look like Christmas trees.
That's fun. That's art. Your mom is a
I know.
hair artist.
She is, and then at the whole time I'm sitting there like hissing like a cat, being like, "Stay away from my curls, mother."
Stay away! Don't turn me into a Christmas tree.
That should be an audio.
Well, at least I mean, it's recorded now.
It's just a few months now. It's like, "Stay away, mother. I don't want to be a Christmas tree."
Out of context clip. No, well, what kind of context is that?
I just showed my mom like, "Mom, this was about you," and she's like, "What?"
What do you mean I'm viral? Now your mom goes viral, and then she'll show how she did her Christmas tree hair for you.
I probably could go deep enough into Facebook and find it still.
Oh no
But no,
idea.
she hot glued like pom poms onto like bobby pins, so that they look like little ornaments.
Ooh, she's creative.
She is like, people are like, "Where do you get your creativity?" And I'm like, "My mom." And they're like, "That's a fast answer." And I'm like,
Like,
"My
yeah, like
dad's
it's
a."
my mom.
I'm like, "Yeah, if I go through my childhood, you'll understand. My mom wouldn't let us carve our own pumpkins. We just got to pick out the design."
I never really like. I only like carved a pumpkin once, but that was like in class and stuff. But I would say like I, my family is not necessarily like artistically like drawing inclined exactly, but we are kind of like a musical arty people, so it's kind of like I can't just say like, oh, where did I get my creativity from? It's probably from probably from my parents, probably somewhere.
Well,
But
my
my
yeah.
grandma, who has the same name as me, she passed away before I was born, so I have her name. But basically, she was like embroidery lady. She was doing like these like cross stitches and also like all these like things, and we have like a bunch of like you can like kind of like a painting instead of a painting, it's like cross stitch or like embroidery or whatever. So I'm like
Yeah.
I like my mom's like, I don't know, like, should we keep this? I'm like, of course. Like, why would we not keep this? It's beautiful. Like, there's like one that like I could probably find the picture, but she did like this. It's like a girl, and I was like, I don't know, it looks so beautiful. I'm just like, okay, maybe my art thing is actually from my grandma. Maybe I'm her reincarnation or something. I don't know. She's like has that kind of skill with like art. That's like the only person that I can really like think of that has like more of the like visual arts thing.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
Um, Sorry, my one friend texted me because I had sent them a video I found on TikTok about dyeing my hair like a few hours ago, and they finally replied to me.
And we're like talking about hair and stuff too. It's all coming together.
Um, yeah. Oh, and then my one friend is getting a cat. Yay. Okay.
Yes.
My family, my mom is like definitely the creative one. So she has like, she's like a hobby goblin in the nicest way possible. She has like a gazillion hobbies, and we definitely, if we lived in a bigger house, she would definitely have like a hobby room for all of the different stuff she tried out. Because she used to have her markers, or specifically hers. We weren't allowed to touch them for her adult drawing, which was, or adult coloring,
Yeah.
which is like those really intricate, big coloring sheets
Oh, I actually
that she
like
used to
I
have.
got gifted those before.
I find they're very like relaxing, but my mom was like, "You're not allowed to touch these."
It's like this is my coloring books. That's it. And you're stuck with the
Basically.
Elsa books.
Yeah. Um, I remember she didn't get upset, but she was like, "I want to use your fine point Sharpie markers that I got for Christmas one year." And I was like, "No, you didn't share your special markers with me."
Payback, ma. This is
Which
payback.
is which is funny because I think they might have actually been from her. I honestly can't remember who got them for me, so they might have just been like
Like your
from
mom gave it to
her.
her. She's like, I'm just taking back what I gave you. Yeah.
Um, but she loves puzzles, which isn't really like artsy, but consider it like crafty.
Yeah, it's crafty, I would say.
She crochets. She knows how to sew. She doesn't like sewing, but she knows how.
That's my mom
Um,
too. She's like, my mom doesn't like it, but she knows because she had to know, kind of thing.
oh, that's the thing. I was like, "Hey, mom, I have a hole in my jacket. Could you please sew it for me?" And she's like, "Sure, put it on the pile of stuff that's been in my closet to be sewn up since I was very young." Like, there's like a Build-A-Bear there that has a hole in its arm.
It's like
from like years ago that hasn't been sewn yet.
it's like I hate it that much that I just don't do it at all.
It's like, and then she always claims that she'll do it. I'm like, I can take it to one of my other friends' moms to do it if you don't want to. Like,
Just
she's
take
like,
it to
no.
me. I know a little bit of sewing. I'll fix
Oh,
it.
I know a little bit now because when I was moving to college, she's like, I got you this little dollar store sewing kit.
I mean, like I took a fashion class in high school, and we had to like sew our like a bag, and I had to sew like I had like a whole project where I had to like sew an apron. So I made my own apron.
That sounds kind of cool.
It looks pretty cool. We had to find our own fabric, so I had like this one that's like France, like a map thing. And it's
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
and it looks really, I think it looks really cool. It's hanging somewhere in the house. I don't know where right now. But
You're
yeah,
like, I know I still have it. I don't know where though.
I don't know where, but it's like we had to like get all our measurements and stuff like that, and it was like like a few weeks of like classes that we had to work on it and stuff. But yeah,
Mhm.
I it was pretty fun. I don't know. I do like sewing, and I did sew like other stuff besides that, but yeah, I don't know. It is tedious. I can understand your mom. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I get it too. I'm like, sewing isn't my favorite thing, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was very crafty with like crocheting, and she had her special markers. She still is really into diamond art. That was like another big one.
What is, I feel like I have an image in my head, but I don't really know.
It's like, you know that thingy where like you have to color in a certain thing for a certain number?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like that, but instead of that, you like put little jewels on
Yeah,
instead.
I was thinking. I was like, jewels, probably like those little like sequins or whatever,
Yeah,
like that.
but they're really cool. So she does that, and then she's really good at like pumpkin carving.
That's why she's like, just choose a design. I'll do it.
Well, I think it was because she tried to get us all to like do our pumpkins the one year, but as soon as I touched like the pumpkin guts, I was like, nope, absolutely not. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's like the least appealing part of it.
I'm like, I signed up for fun. This is not fun.
This is not fun. This is gross. Yeah, I mean,
So
that's why I don't carve pumpkins. We just put a pumpkin that's uncarved in front of our house. Those like cute ones, that like the small ones that have like the white and like the different
Oh.
colors. I really like do that.
I had like a little pink pumpkin. It was painted
Oh, okay. It's like
that I
wait,
got.
what?
And it got smashed by people the night before
Aw.
Halloween, and I was so upset.
It's
To the
sad.
point for like the next few years in a row, I used to like it became a tradition. It still kind of is where I would stay up all night the night before Halloween. And then I would move the pumpkins were like beside our house
Yeah.
because that's where my bedroom window was, and have my bedroom window open. So that way I could catch if anyone was trying to smash our pumpkins.
It's like, hey, get away from that.
I'll just be like, I think one year I had a super soaker in my room, and I took like the thingy, like the thing that's between like the window and the actual outside,
Yeah.
and I was like prepared to like.
That's it's like, you know, problems require solutions, you know.
Just like me sitting there with my little super soaker.
Like, don't you dare touch my pumpkins. Don't you dare. We have like a like we don't have like a bedroom where the pumpkins are, but luckily no one has really like smashed our pumpkins. Lucky
Yeah,
about
I don't
that.
know. I don't know what it is about that year. I've like because it was like everyone. I feel like it was like an organized thing with like a lot of the high schoolers where they were like,
Yeah, all the
we're
teenagers
gonna
like
see.
they had a group chat. They're like, okay, did you smash those pumpkins yet?
It's like, how many pumpkins have you smashed today?
Like I smashed 20. Wow! Clap, 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 clap. We're so proud of you for smashing someone's precious pumpkins. I don't know, like people like put effort into those things, right? Like you're gonna
Like
like
my
carve it.
mom.
If you carve it out, like that's like at least like an hour, or more. Like if it's more intricate, then it could take longer. So it's like that's like a jerk move to like just smash them.
Yeah, my mom also was like very much a try hard with the pumpkins. She went out and got like rainbow light things to put inside instead of candles.
That sounds like it would look cool.
It does, but it's like, oh yeah, everyone in the neighborhood has like their kids carving them, and then my mom just is like,
No, it's me.
I guess there was a few that like I kind of wish our neighborhood did like a pumpkin carving competition
That'd be so
just to
fun.
see, because there was one house that had someone who was really, really good at it, who I actually think was friends with my mom, which I think is funny that,
And then someone gets like whoever wins gets a gift card,
yeah,
like a
our neighborhood
Starbucks
isn't
gift card
that
or
like
something.
something like that. I know our neighborhood isn't like united enough.
Mine isn't really either. Like it's more like you might be like friends with the neighbors that are like in front of you and to the side, but not really like not anyone else really. You probably don't even realize who is in your neighborhood.
Yeah. It's very much like I know the like in my neighborhood when I was younger, I knew a lot more people because we'd hang out. Um, but nowadays I'm like, yeah, I know nobody here because majority of the people I hung out with moved.
Yeah. I like when I moved like twice in the same city but like different areas. So like in high school I didn't really like have many friends that were like really close to my house. So I just kind of like there's like no friends here. If I were to have friends, I would have to like drive see friends.
It's sad and
It's
moving
sad.
further away.
And now they're like in Toronto or something.
Like me.
Yeah. Like one of my friends went to be a lawyer in Toronto. Well, like school for a lawyer. And another one.
I think I know what your school you're talking about. I feel so sad for them.
Yeah. But like she's so we're actually kind of the ones that pushed her in that direction because she was so like good at arguing. She
They're
was
like,
like
you'd
always
be a,
arguing.
they're like, you'd be a good lawyer. Go suffer at the
Like
school in downtown Toronto.
but like when like in like grade 9 and like 10 or whatever, like before she like kind of was like deciding what she wanted to do, she would always like argue with us. Like, no, you should do this or do that. And it's like, you should be a lawyer since like you're so good at this. And then and later in high school she joined the debate club and stuff like that. And
She's
then
like, wow, I am good at this.
and she is good at it. So then she went and became a lawyer. And what's funny is that well, I don't know if she is a lawyer now because it would take a little bit, I don't know, but I haven't really caught up because kind of estranged right now. But her mom wanted her to be like an actor instead. It was just like, huh? Like it's just funny how like
They're like,
normally
oh, very high paying, prestigious career with a lot of respect.
yeah.
Career that's very hard to make a big break in.
Yeah, literally. And she was like mad. She's like, you have to be one. And it's like, no, I want to be a lawyer, mom. It's just like it's just like it's so opposite of like any like story, you know. It's like
Yeah, it's like usually the opposite. Like,
it's like her mom wanted to be an actor, so and so
oh,
she wanted her like daughter to be an actor, but
and
like
Dara's like,
it didn't
no,
work.
mom, I want to be a lawyer.
It's like it's always you hear like the like son, you have to be a doctor. It's like, no, dad, I have to be a dancer. You know, like I want to be a dancer, whatever. But it's like this is like the opposite. I
It's
don't know.
like, no, child, please go into the unsteady career area.
Yeah. Go into theater. Go into do all this stuff that it's much more difficult to get into. Yeah, but it's just funny. And like she could have been like a musician though, because she was also like in music and whatever, but you know, it's just like all my friends were
Those are
into
for
music.
fun on the side.
Could be a singing lawyer. So
Or she can be in a musical about like a
yeah, a
singing
musical,
lawyer.
yeah. That's perfect.
That's a little best of all worlds.
Yeah. And she'll know what she's talking about. Like she's like, I'm not doing any BS here. This is real lawyer stuff.
It's like getting into character to the extreme.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just funny like that. She was a character anyway. It's like it's she like brightens a room, you know, like it's always so funny. Like it's like the person that like even if like you're feeling a little bit like whatever that day, like come up and like say something or whatever, and then you're like, okay, now my day is better. Now I'm laughing.
She makes it. Yeah, she's like makes the day a little bit brighter.
Yeah, but just like she could have, if she wanted to, be an actor, but her true calling is being a lawyer.
Her true calling is to argue.
Her true calling is to be an argumentative, which I think it just works. It's funny things like that.
What she's truly meant to do in life.
I just like that image in my brain that's just like, no, I want to be a lawyer, but I want you to be an actor. It's just funny to me. Even like her like the situation is funny. Not just a funny person, but the situation is also funny. But yeah,
That's silly.
I'm not really sure what to do with this last character. I almost want to I want like a randomize aesthetic thing.
Do like an Everly inspired one.
Oh, what would that be? Like purple, purple, ginger. There you go. Artsy. There you go. I could maybe put some like crochet yarn and stuff in her hand.
Just little space buns, but rather than it being space bun, they're like yarn.
Yeah, oh, that would be cute. I like that. She'll be a yarn girl. I like that. I need to look up ball of yarn. I like that idea a lot. Oh, and she can have like the little like hook or needle in her hair too.
Oh yeah.
That'd be so cute. If I did like one, that'd be like perfect, but two.
Oh, it would.
But I think I'll do like the space buns. I think that'll look cuter. Like I like the more cuter designs.
The cuter aesthetic.
Yeah. And maybe I'll like give her like overalls or something.
That would be very me coded.
Maybe you should adopt her. That'll be your daughter. Since they're adopts.
If I had the money to, I would. But I'm like, my friend's like, oh yeah, we're going on a vacation. I'm like, I have to repay you somehow, and they're like, no, you're broke. And I'm like, you're right, I am broke.
I mean, same. I'm not expecting anything. I was just making a joke.
I totally would if I actually did have money right now, though.
Yeah. There's like,
Fun.
I'm like, I see so many like people's like cool designs that like they sell for like $30 or something, and I'm like, $30 is a little. It's worth it, but I can't spend that money on just a design. I would rather spend it on something else.
I'm the same way, but I'm like, this is a very cool design. And if you were doing like a name to adopt or draw to adopt, I'd be like, yes,
Actually,
totally in it for there.
I kind of want to do one of those again because I haven't done that for like a few years. I did like, I was like looking on Instagram today, and like finally my account got like that update where like you can do like the collections are public, you know, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I was like looking like, oh, I can, because every time like I do like a draw this in your style or a challenge or whatever, I have like I save all the drawings. So I'm like, I could put this public, and I looked, I'm like, I want to do this again. I want to do this challenge again. So I can adopt a design, you know. I don't know. I think I think those are like extra fun in some way. Instead of like
I think so too. Well,
just getting a drawing or whatever, you get like an actual character. I don't know.
and then you also legitimately, if you're doing like a draw to adopt, you basically get like a bunch of artwork that goes with it.
Generally, yeah. But it's fun. I don't know. I probably will do another one this year at some point. Hopefully. I still have so many things that I need to draw.
Between all the chaos.
Apparently they also, Fox said that they updated that story tags can go on top of the post. So tagging people is like better, I guess. That's cool. I haven't like looked into that. I don't know.
I honestly don't notice the Instagram updates quite as often. It's more like the fact that you have like saved replies now, and I keep touching that versus like sending pictures.
I like
So
I'll like respond to someone, and then they'll say like, do you want to save that message? You want to save that as a reply? And I'm like,
yeah, and I'll be like, no.
I don't, that's too specific to save as a reply. I don't think I want to save that. For some reason, I'm not even like moving my eyebrows, but it looks so sad. Like my model looks so sad right now for some reason.
She's upset that I'm yelling at you.
I can actually I put on Discord, but I actually fixed her crying thing. She used to just have tears in her eyes, and I couldn't figure out how to do the animation. But now she can actually cry. She's crying.
Get really sad.
Yeah, I can just cry. Like I could just be crying this whole time because you're yelling at me.
Someone
Yeah.
comes on and they're like,
Why is she sad? Why is she crying? Hi, Jibu. It is going well. Me and Averly are talking, so I'm like a little more energetic than I normally would be at this time of day. So I'm like close to finishing these drawings, so I'm pretty excited about that. I really
I'm
like.
just here for emotional support while crocheting.
Yeah, and now I'm inspired by the crocheting, and now I have a yarn ball character. Space buns. I think that's like, that's so cute. I seen a VTuber character design that was based off like a Raggedy Ann kind of like yarn hair stuff. I was like,
Oh, that's kind of cool.
that's a really cool design. Like, some people are just so good at like coming up with these like designs. My character is just like whatever I like. It's like
And then I'm just
cats.
sitting here. And then like designing characters are usually just like another version of a character I've already designed. It's just with a new color palette.
It's the I don't know, like we use the like layer modes or something
Yeah.
like that. Like
It's just me
a gradient map.
just me going like, oh yeah, suddenly your brown hair is now green. And you're
With characters like I like there's stuff obviously that like I like gravitate towards too. I'm like, okay, I like will do like animal ears or whatever. Like all my characters have animal ears. Like whatever. But like I'm trying so hard to like make characters that look different, but they sometimes it doesn't work too well for me. More specifically, like when I made my character now that I have the character Yue, Yu, I just call her Yu. I don't know. She's probably supposed to be pronounced Yue, but I call her Yu. And her design is so intricate because I wanted to make her so crazy because I don't really normally do that. Like I have like very more simple designs, and now I struggle
yeah.
every time I draw her.
Those characters where you're like, I love you, but you're too complex to draw.
Literally, like she has her hair is like one of the most complex things about her, where like it's like a little bit darker blue here and a little bit lighter blue here and blonde, and then stars that are different colors, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, what was I thinking? But I still like it. I like it, but just it makes it hard for me, difficult for me to draw. It's easy when like it's sketching, I can just kind of like just whatever, but when it's like coloring, I'm like, oh, I forgot this. I forgot that. It's unfortunate. But yeah, I don't know. I want to get better at like character design, stuff like that. I know I'm designing characters right now, but like at this very moment, but I do want to get better.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see like, I'm like, I always want to make my own game, but whenever I see like other games that like they're like how they design things like Genshin or like Final Fantasy or whatever, those are like my inspirations where like they have so many details.
You're cutting out here a little bit.
Oh no. When
I'm like getting every like third word.
Oh no. Yeah, when I see characters that are like super complex from like my favorite games and stuff, I want to like design them, but then like I regret it later. But they're so cool. I have to make a character that's complex. I don't know.
Complex designs are really cool though. So
yeah, like they're cool, but then like I don't know, like so many people always complain about like Genshin's characters, like, oh, there's too many details. But I love that. But then
like also if you're drawing them, you can always simplify it. So
but then that one part of that design is so cool. I want to draw it, but then it's too much. Yeah, it's like whenever I draw them, I always forget something.
Honestly, I'm at the same boat where like if I'm ever drawing a complex character, I'm sitting there like zoomed in on their design being like, I feel like I'm missing something.
And it's like okay, this time I got everything. And then you post it and you're like, I forgot I forgot the earrings. I forgot this one pattern. Ugh.
I remember I posted something once and I forgot to add the detailing in the eyes.
Oh, that like I've done that
So
a few times.
It's like people would be like, "Oh crap!" Delete it and repost it when I finished it again.
I did like not like just like game characters, but like I did like a draw this in your style challenge, and like I was like, oh, I'm really proud of this drawing. Like and I posted it, and I realized like such a big part of the drawing was like these like facial like designs on it, like the like these like tattoos basically like on the face. And I was like, how
Yeah,
could I forget something that's like straight in my face? Like it's such a big
literally
like
on the face.
it's literally like it's so like it's not like a tiny part of the character. It's like such a big part of the character. I'm like, can I forget this?
Like, oops.
And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna leave it like that. By the time I figured it out, it was too late. It's already been like a day or two or whatever. I'm like, I'm not gonna re-upload. Why am I gonna do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I like how the little yarn balls are ending up.
I was gonna say something about that. I'm like, I wanna do more interesting stuff like that. Like, I don't really think to like, why not just put yarn for hair? Or like this or whatever. I'm
But
just
it's
like,
real hair. You have yarn hair instead.
yarn hair is fun. I could do that. But yeah,
It'd look really cute, with, like a little poncho too.
oh, that'd be so cute. I could make her like a rainy day yarn girl. And,
Literally,
have
it's
rain
like
boots.
me today.
Wait, am I drawing you?
My hair isn't up in space buns right now, but
Yeah. maybe
it's like, oh
maybe
yeah.
maybe Averly is not a real person, but actually just a yarn character.
I'm literally just a ball of yarn. What do you mean?
Like just a ball of yarn, and that's like it's a little strange that you're making like new yarn people.
I'm like, I gotta be less lonely. Or I'm literally like, I'm just a ball of yarn. I'm turning other people into creation.
That would be like an interesting like character concept. I feel like
Oh, I'm a ball of yarn, and I turn other balls of yarn into real things that humans can use.
it's like I was cursed to never turn into a person, so but I'm forced to make
Other people into
creations.
them.
Yeah, that's like a light novel cover. It's like I'm a ball of yarn that is cursed to make other people into yarn. Or something
You know
like
those
that.
like really long, you know those really long like anime intro names,
Yeah,
like animal.
yeah, exactly.
It's like story of a ball of yarn who turns other balls of yarn into people. The curse.
And then at the end, so what? Like that one thing. So I'm a it's like so I'm a spider. So what?
Oh
Something
well.
like that. But it's just like
How it is.
it's like the double like so I'm a spider. So what? Or something like it's like it's like silly sounding, but I know why
So
they
what if I'm a ball of yarn? I guess I'll just yawn and keep going.
I'll just yarn all everywhere, all over the place, you know? Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is when you're a ball of yarn. Just have to yarn
Just
all
how
over
life
the place.
is.
That's life.
Sometimes you just gotta yarn it off.
You're just gonna yarn all the life's woes off your yarn shoulder. Yeah. I like this. I think this is fun.
I also think it's fun.
Now I have to figure out how the rest of the hair is gonna look. I think maybe like but it has to look like yarn, so maybe like you can tell that it's like pulled into the hair, kind of like that. Kind
Yeah.
of like I mean like how the hair looks like when you pull it in. It just kind of like pokes in the direction of the bun.
Yeah.
I think that would look good, but I probably will give her bangs as well.
You're like the really like curly bangs.
Oh yeah, that'd be cute. Like kind of like I'm like spaghetti because it's so thick.
Yes, exactly. I know. It's really funny. One video that I'm constantly sending to other people I know who crochet or want to learn to crochet, and that people constantly send me is the things to make um as like a crocheter, and it's like spaghetti, and they put it in a bowl, ramen, and they just put then they make like an unraveled yarn with little baby like actual like clumps of it, spaghetti.
I mean, I feel like I don't crochet, but I feel like I could do that. I feel like that I could take that task on.
Could become the master.
Like I could be like, yeah, I know how to crochet. I've made noodles before. I've made crochet noodles, ramen, pasta.
I'm like a master at this point.
Master, yeah. Yeah. It's like it's creative. Actually, I do want to get into that. Like I always see it's like on my timeline all the time, like all like the crochet like cute stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that too.
We'll just like add like a crochet channel onto the Discord. Be like, this is
A
for
good
like
idea.
our little like crafting channel.
Crafting, like, because we have like an animation channel. We can have a crafting channel.
Oh, exactly. It's like, let's get crafty.
And then like people can do like their like patterns or like tutorials and stuff too there. Send videos in there, like different things.
Be like, learn how to crochet.
It's like, guys, we're just gonna learn how to crochet today. I know that none of you know how to crochet, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do
It'll be
like
like an event.
Yeah.
It's like, learn how to crochet.
It's
And
like
it just starts, and
it's like we're gonna have Averly be in charge of this because I don't know how to do this.
I'm gonna be like, I don't know how to show you guys how to do this. I'm left-handed.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know, but or it's like I'm in charge of it and like I'm teaching. Like, I don't know, just do it.
It's like the Nike. You just pull up like the Nike ad. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. And just make it. Like, I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Put the hook in the yarn and figure it out.
Figure it out. Like, I don't know. Why are you going to me? It's like, well, you made the event.
You're like, yeah, but it's not like I actually know how. I was just hoping Everly would show up and show me how to do it.
I just hope that like someone else would tell me. But guess not.
It's like hosting a baking class and being like, okay, who here actually knows how to bake?
Basically. It's like, hey, like, do you know how to crochet? It's like, no, I thought we are gonna learn from you.
You're like
It's like, well, it's free. Like, I don't know. Like, you shouldn't complain. Like,
shouldn't complain. You should have just brought someone who actually knew how.
just like, why are you expecting me to know? Like, I never said I know how to do it. Like, well, you literally said you could. Whatever. Everyone gets mad at me.
The Discord gets cancelled.
Oh no. That would be the worst. That's why I don't do that.
No hosting events that you actually don't know how to host.
Yeah, if I could just host events that I didn't know and then someone else could do it for me, that'd be great.
It's
Then
like-
I'll learn something,
Just be like reaching out to other servers, being like, who wants to host a crochet, teach us how to crochet event on Discord?
Like, please, like, I don't have the money to pay you to help us out, but
But you can be a special guest on the Discord.
and then just like everyone comes in, it's like, are you gonna start talking? Like, no, like, don't you know how to do it? Like, can you host this instead of me? That would be jerk move of me.
It's like you go to like a skating class and you're like falling all the time. They're like, "Are you gonna show us how to do it?" And you're like, "Actually, figure it out."
Um, aren't you supposed to figure it out? Can't you figure it out?
Like, do it yourself, can't you?
Can't you just do it yourself? Like, why'd you expect me to teach you? Like, can't you learn on your own?
It's like
Yeah.
going to a restaurant and being like, "I'd like to order this," and they're like, "Okay." And then they just bring you the ingredients out and be like, "Here is an instruction list on how to do it."
Like, yeah, I would really love, like, a pasta or something. And it's like, here's, like, the dough that you're meant to, like,
Turn into it.
turn into, like, some spaghetti and stuff. I mean, I would love to learn how to make spaghetti, but you can't expect me to know it already. So that's why I'm not hosting any of spaghetti making classes. But that'd be kind of cool
That would be like,
if like if we had like knowledgeable people in our server, like I'm sure we do, and we can like, okay guys, we're gonna learn this week, you know, or this month or whatever. That'd be pretty cool.
we just go to the trial staff, be like, "What does everybody know how to do?"
It's like, do you guys besides drawing, what do you know how to do? Because now we're gonna teach people things.
We're like, if you can teach someone how to crochet or knit or sew, you'll get a pat on the back.
You'll get a roll. Just a
You'll
roll
you'll be
color.
hired. We'll hire you.
Yeah.
There's no money and no benefits.
You'll just be our go-to for that subject. That's it. And
You
you'll
know,
have
it's actually kind of funny.
what?
My one friend got his volunteer hours for like high school by being a moderator for like a Minecraft channel or
What?
a Minecraft like a Minecraft Discord server.
What? I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, I guess you do technically volunteer to do that, but
But
I,
yeah, he got to count it, and part of his like volunteer thing was just building giant like titans from Attack on Titan in Minecraft.
I mean, that's a fun volunteering thing. That's
Yeah.
fun, and like it's something that he would probably want to do anyway. I got
He's
those
like, "Yeah,
hours.
I he's like, "Yeah, I play." Everyone's like, "Oh, how'd you get so many volunteer hours?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I just played Minecraft."
My 40 plus hours of Minecraft really came into this week. At my volunteering, I did at my friend's church. They were doing like a play, so we were like taking
Yeah.
care of the kids, and I helped make like some sets and stuff. That was fun.
Very proud. I got 150 plus hours
Oh,
for volunteer hours.
doing what?
And this is during COVID too.
Oh, it was just like online something.
No, I had 30 hours by the time COVID hit for volunteering at my local skating team
Mm-hmm.
by helping the younger kids. Um, and then I also volunteered for my brother's swimming team. And then you're allowed to use 10 paid work hours. So I used 10 paid work hours. And then I volunteered for my brother's hockey team, teaching people to skate.
There you go.
And then also as part of the yearbook club, so anything that wasn't during school hours, he counted as volunteer hours, but he didn't really like count them properly. So he just gave like anyone who actually showed up and like did stuff. So he'd be like, "Oh, how long would you say it took to edit these pictures that you edited at home?" All right, 10 volunteer hours. There you go.
I mean, that's like overkill, right? I forgot how many hours.
you're supposed to have 40.
40, yeah. There you go. You could have like been fine with like the work thing.
Yeah, like as soon as like, it's like, oh yeah, 10 paid work hours. I'm like, oh yay, I'm done. And I'm like, but I'm not.
But I'm not. I have to volunteer more to get the most volunteer hours in the school.
I didn't even get close to that.
Really?
I think one of my close friends had like almost 500 hours.
What? I just went with the. I just did like a week in the summer. So it was like just 5 days basically. And that was like from like morning until like afternoon basically. You know, kind of like a job. And then I just did like a work. It was basically like work for a week.
Yeah.
And
Except you
I'm
just
not doing any more.
volunteered. Well, I genuinely like yearbook. I really enjoyed, and I enjoyed like helping out my brother's hockey team. Like I still do.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I'm actually going up to near Windsor for like one of his hockey tournaments in a few weeks.
I didn't like. I'm like. I used to be more into hockey, but I haven't really kept up. I didn't even think that like you can do hockey in like the summer, basically, or spring.
Well, it's like the end of the season, so
Okay.
it's like the last big hurrah. But no, it's a really great thing. So it's a special needs hockey team. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's like we've gone to like these like tournaments before in the past, and it's always like a really great experience.
Yeah.
So
That sounds nice. I don't know if like at least my school had that. We did have like something. I think we did have something like that, like a fake. You can't say Olympics, right? Like you can't call it Olympics or whatever, but
oh, the Special Olympics.
yeah, but like because it's not like hosted by the Olympics, you can't say that it is Olympics apparently. But it's
Oh.
it's something like that. Basically, we had that. So that was cool.
Yeah, we also had the Special Olympics. I actually started doing like I volunteered for the Special Olympics for the first time when my brother started at my elementary school. So it's like all of like the oldest people of the school doing it, and then I was 7. So I'm like, I want to do it with my brother, and my brother's like, I want to do it with my sister. So yeah.
Just worked out like that.
I remember the one year I was like 10 and I got super offended that they didn't choose me to be in the Special Olympics. I'm like, you paired my brother with someone else? And they were like, you've been with him for the past 3 years. We've got to like give other people a chance.
Like, but I want to do it.
And then what's funny enough is I got chosen at random to do it when I was in grade 8. Like, I think it was just I'd mentioned to a teacher once that I used to help out with it.
Yeah.
And they were like, by the way, I've chosen you to do it, and I'm pairing you with this kid you've never talked to before. And I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
It turned out it was because they knew that my parents had like one of the big tents they would set up at the event that for my brother's school, so that if we were there, or if one of their other children was there, they would also get to use the tent.
They're like,
They're like, how can we scavenge this opportunity?
Well, they got a tent out of it. There you go.
They did for the 1 year.
1 year. They should have thought about
Oh
that.
wait, actually I think they got it for the following 2 years as well, because my brother did Special Olympics there for grade 7 and 8 at my other school then as well.
They should.
Because it was
Should just rent it out.
well, I think they donated it to like the younger elementary schools at the end of it all. So
That's cool.
yeah, because I was like, because I remember one day being like, can I use this for an event my school's having? We need to have like tents and stuff. And they were like, yeah, we don't have that anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean?
It's gone. We gave it away. Which, I don't know, it's fine. Donation, you know?
It's a fun donation for the elementary school.
Yeah. Oftentimes the school doesn't have the funds or whatever to get those, so I don't know. It's good.
donations. It is. It is a good thing. I was just
It
like,
just sucks when you want it to for your own thing as well.
I'm like, well, can I think I actually asked him, I'm like, can you call them to see if you can borrow it? And my mom's like, no.
How do we do that?
Because it's a small town. You always know someone who's working at one of the schools.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just call them and see if I can borrow it? And they were like, no. So someone else brought a tent.
Yeah, it wasn't Averly's tent, but yeah,
I was tentless.
tentless. That's a sad story. You were tentless.
No tent for me.
No tent. You had to be in the sun or the rain or whatever. In the
Well,
mud.
someone else brought a tent though. It was fine. We did have a tent. It was just it wasn't my tent.
Yeah. But you can't have the pride that says, this is my tent. Mine.
I can't be like, this is my tent. I got to get out of class early to come set it up.
Yeah. That's like the benefit is getting out of class early a little bit. Like by like an hour probably, I would assume. But you still have to like work basically. You have to like do stuff.
Yeah, but like my teacher was a dragon lady, so
Dragon lady.
like someone who's like really rude and like snappy.
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait, what? She's a dragon?
No, it was just that she was like very like it's because it like seems like if you talk to her wrong, she would like breathe fire in your face. Not actually, but like
Yeah, like just
figuratively.
a snappy woman.
Yeah, and she didn't like me, so
She just got offended by your tents, I think.
she's like, this one doesn't have a tent.
How could she?
How
there
could
not
she-
be a tent?
How dare this person not have a tent? Ah. I think it was actually because I used to bring coffee to class during COVID, and she didn't like that.
That is so petty. Like, okay, it's like I feel like how many students would bring coffee? It's like it's not a big deal.
I honestly think it was just during COVID, and she didn't like the fact that, like, I'd be sitting there sipping my little coffee cup as she's like doing the lesson.
Like it's like in person, like the rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had like half online, half in person, so she didn't like that I was there sipping my coffee.
Like, how dare she? Not have this joy in her day.
Are my lectures not interesting enough to like?
Not interested
I don't know.
enough to not sip the coffee.
I understand at the same time because it was like during art class, but it's like I moved it when we were actually working on like art. It was just when she was like teaching that I'd be there sipping my little cappuccino.
Like I don't know, like in workplaces, like people drink coffee while like having meetings and stuff. I don't know. Not like it stops you from listening.
Yeah, I don't know. She also got really offended one time when she wasn't like she hadn't started the lesson yet, and I was waiting for her to. But my doctor called, and this was when my parents were out of town. So they couldn't get through to my parents because they were legitimately on a different continent at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I've got to answer this. So I answer it because that class hasn't started yet. And then she got really offended that I had dared to answer a phone call
How
during.
dare you?
And it was literally just my doctor being like, hey, I need to get in touch with your dad. We need to put him on a medication. I was like, that's kind of important information.
Yeah, it's like it's similarly like important like if someone has like kids or something. I know it's like you're a teenager, but you know, like in like college or something, if someone like calls, like no teacher would be getting mad at that. Like if there's an important call, you know. especially if it's before class. Like,
Well, the thing, I even like snapped back at her. I was like, that was my doctor with important information. Um, and everyone was like, yeah, like, what are you freaking out about? She wasn't being loud or anything. Like,
yeah,
because she started the lecture while I was on the phone. And she's like, Everly,
it's like, how
shut
dare
up.
you?
And she was like, that was very unprofessional. And I'm like, this is a public high school. It's not like I pulled my vape out in the middle of class. Calm down.
That definitely happened in my class. The vape thing.
I don't vape. It's like, it's not like I was sitting there puffing away instead of listening. I literally was calling with my doctor.
Yeah, I had like in my grade 11 English class. My poor teacher, honestly, like he was a little bit younger, like he was like 30, and I
Yeah.
think like he didn't really have like the backbone for some reason for like my classmates. They kind of like walked all over him, and they like were trying to like see what they could do, like to like
Yeah.
kind of like
So, like,
cause problems without
Yeah.
like getting actually in trouble. So like he was like pointed, like he was like writing something on the board or whatever, and then like one of my classmates just starts vaping.
Ugh.
And
No,
like
we had like one person at our table in our one class who just continuously would like always wear long sleeves just because they would hold their vape in their sleeve. I
Oh.
swear they had like a bracelet to hold it on. Um, and the teacher was so nice, and they just kept doing it, and then the teacher's like, I'm not gonna get you in trouble, but please stop. And they just
Sorry.
kept doing it.
I have to mute myself, so sorry.
Yeah. But high school's an interesting time.
Sorry, my dog got scared.
You're all good.
She's still a little on edge, but you just hears doors opening and stuff, and she gets nervous.
Poor baby.
Yeah. Hopefully she doesn't bark anymore. She's just like, I can just see it like, I can just see it like on my, like I'm not even saying anything and it just like goes like almost into the red, basically. It's like, oh no. I wish there was a dog noise gate. Instead of a noise gate just for normal noises, but one's for barking. Like, oh, your dog is barking? Nope, that's muted. But whatever. I had to like go and like pet her and be like, it's okay. she seems just kind of like watching. It's like watching the door waiting for noises.
Yeah, because you recently got a new dog, right?
No, she's just older. This one's my older dog. The one I said she's 12 years old. She's just sitting on my bed, and basically, like, my bed is, like, right next to the door. And so she's just kind of, like, watching. Listening. And I told
She's
her
just like-
beforehand. I told her, I'm going to be streaming. Do not bark.
She's like, I do not understand this. I'm sorry.
And the funny thing is, like, I sometimes feel like she knows English. Sometimes, like, she kind of understands, like, the idea of what I'm talking about. And, like, she's, like, looking at me like, okay, like, I get it. Like this. Like, I don't mean to bark, whatever, right? But then right now, she got a little anxious. That's okay.
My dog, if you're sitting there talking to him, he'll tilt his head to be like, "Yep, go on," and it'll look like he's listening.
Literally, like, I don't know. It's like I feel like after like with my puppy, like only when she started getting, she's like closer to a year now, but she's still not a year, and like year old. She's like at first when she was like you just got her, like it seemed like she didn't understand anything. Just kind of like you'll just tell her something and she's like ignores you almost.
And then now she's like, oh, I know that word.
And now she's like, oh, I get it. Like I know that you're saying something. Like I get it that you're saying something.
It's like, wow, I really understand it.
Yeah. But she's still like mischievous, so she does her own thing sometimes.
She's like, I still got time to rebel.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We wanted to do a poncho. So let's see. Like a rain poncho, right? There you go. There you go. You can go like with like the cool ones. Like the kind of like the tech wear ones.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool. But I think she's kind of like rounded. I feel like tech would be a little bit too like bold for her.
Maybe.
Because they have like those like intricate designs on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe just do like a cute, simple one. Like
What
little
about like the
buttons.
little buttons? Maybe like little pom poms, like little strings.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea. Like,
Just gonna be sitting here every time you're designing now, be like, what if you did this?
like you should do that. Well, I mean, like you're like the art director here, so you're doing your job, you know.
Just doing my job in the design way, being like, do. What if you just like poncho
What if poncho with pom poms,
with pom poms and big buttons?
which is a great idea. I think that's a cute idea. I like that. Let's see if I can accurately draw a poncho.
This isn't helping because now I really want to get this.
Just, I could save it for you. Maybe I'll just give it as a gift.
It's like, oh yeah, this one just didn't sell.
Surprise, you know, like I don't
Just
know.
next to
Like,
it, it'll just be next to your Secret Santa, and you'll be like, so Everly, I got you, and look what I made you.
look, I got you this. Because, you know, I know that you wanted it. Let's see. I mean, I don't mind, like, just gifting it to you.
Then you're losing money. If it doesn't sell, I'll take it. But
Okay,
like,
okay. We'll see. If it doesn't sell in a month, I'll give it to you.
just like, there's the time. I'm like, since it's posted, I'm like, okay, setting a timer.
Yeah, just have like a little timer and it goes off and it's like, okay, finally, give your tax. Give your character tax. Okay, let's see. I don't normally draw ponchos, so hopefully this won't just look like a baggy sweater or something.
Like in the description, be like, this one was wearing a poncho. It's very important.
Just it's important for you to know that it's a poncho.
Like specifically, like if you don't want it to be a poncho, you cannot have it.
It's like if you're gonna change the character's outfit, like, don't even
Like,
think
how
about
dare
buying it.
you?
Don't even think about it. Like, I will ban you from buying my stuff. Like, don't even think about it.
Like, oh, you dare want to potentially give them a new outfit? Actually, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, wouldn't you just want this poncho forever? Like, even when it's not raining?
It's like, oh, it's for a summer collab. They're gonna be on the beach. Beach poncho.
Just get the beach poncho. And it's like, it's too cold to just wear a poncho. It's like, well, just put a jacket on it, I guess, but keep the poncho.
The poncho, like winter ponchos. I'm sure that's a thing.
Yeah, probably is. But I don't know how. I mean, they're kind of loose, so I don't know how warm they are. Right now, she just looks like I'm accidentally giving her like a jacket, not jacket, like a hoodie instead. Accidentally. Oops. There. Oh, there you go. That's the shape. It's like I was doing it like hoodie shaped collar,
Yeah.
but it's actually more like a straight, more straight. I think makes it look more like a poncho.
Yeah, no, winter ponchos are definitely a thing.
Yeah, I think so. I would assume. So. I mean, I had to look up. I looked up rain poncho, so I'm sure there's probably winter ponchos.
Oh, there's winter ponchos that have like little ears.
Oh yeah, that's true. I found them. They're like warm material. And some of them have like yeah like they have like fluff on them.
Oh, there's one that looks like it's like a Leafeon.
Like a what?
Like a Leafeon, like the
Oh
Pokemon.
yeah, yeah. That'd be so cute. Cute. Yeah.
Just a little cutie patootie.
Maybe I should go with the winter one. I could do that. They're like they look a little bit different than like normal ponchos.
Like rain ones.
Yeah. Jibu, I don't think I've ever drawn a poncho really. Like I don't know. So I don't think I've drawn a Vivian one.
Vivi is poncholess.
She's poncholess. Like when she goes in the rain, she just gets drenched. Which is like, I mean, she's a cat, so probably not a good idea.
Just very sad.
It's sad. It just looks sad all the time in the rain. It hasn't figured out that you can wear just like a jacket, even though she wears a jacket all the time. I can change. She just wears this one, but then doesn't figure out that she can wear a hat. The woes of being a little bit silly.
Yep.
In a kind way to say it.
The silly tax.
Silly tax. I'll just go with the rain one. I'll just go for rain one because they're so different. Like the.
And I feel like rain boots are cuter anyway. So.
Yeah. I really like the rain boots that are like for designs, the ones that like are like so see-through that you can like see socks in some ways. They're not just like these like they're not just like normal shoes. So I like that. I want to do that for that design. So I'm just gonna have a rain poncho instead.
Uh-huh.
There you go. I have decided.
Yay.
Rain poncho. Just pretend her arms are not as low as the other characters, then maybe that will. I feel like with ponchos you want to see like the width of it, you know? So I'm not gonna keep her arms low, I'm gonna make them like higher. Be special. So. Go. I'm just saying, there we go. Arms going up.
It's just like they all have their arms in like similar positions, and hers are just like, yay, airplane!
Yay, I love my poncho. Thank you for giving me a poncho.
I just feel like each of them have like a nice name in like the description, and this one's just Poncho.
I mean, it's a cute name, but I don't know if it might fit her. Yeah, I like giving them names, honestly. For some reason, like it feels right to give them names. Even if they
I
change,
know it's
even if
like
the person changes it, I'll give them a name.
if someone wants to change it, that's fine. But like I feel like especially if you give them like silly names, because something that like people will do if they're like if they have their dog or cat has like puppies or kittens,
Yeah,
they'll give them like silly names so they don't get attached, but they do need like a name for them.
yeah.
So like our dog was Pig.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like the best name for a dog, considering it is a, it's a dog. My cat was called originally, like when we adopted her, she was called Littlefoot, like the
Littlefoot.
like the
Oh.
dinosaur. And so we called her. Obviously, we changed her name, even though it is kind of a cute name. But I imagine it was a
It
similar
wasn't her
situation.
name.
It wasn't her name.
My parents were just like, we are not having a dog named Pig.
That'd be so like. I mean, some people like. I would call a cat like a human name, like a proper human name for fun. I think it's funny, but not like I don't know if I would call it like egg or something. It is a little bit pushing it. Like my
No,
favorite.
I've seen posts online of people where they're like, I gave my cat specifically like the most odd name, like human name, so that like you would never name your cat like Kevin.
But that's the funny thing. I love when people call their cats Kevin.
Especially like when they're talking to their coworkers and their one coworker didn't realize they were talking about their cat.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh yeah, Kevin climbed into my bed last night and laid on my face so I couldn't breathe."
It's like what? Like what do you mean Kevin did that?
Or like, "Oh darn it, this morning I had to clean up Kevin's throw up because he ate fast."
He ate too fast. Oh no. I mean, I think that'd be so funny. If I get another cat, I would probably like call them like a human, proper human name that's like not like that's
So
like a common name, right?
like you would name them like Bella, because I feel like that's a very common name for cats. But
Yeah.
like Michelle,
Yeah, like Michelle or like John or like Jimmy.
Timothy,
Like these kind of like like
very like just names that are like, "Oh yeah, just a very human name."
yeah. Yeah, just like that cat could get a job and they wouldn't even realize it's a cat.
They just have their resume up there and they're like, "Well, why we can't give you this job?" "Oh, why?" "Well, you're
Why?
a cat." There is no species specification on the job
I never
posting.
said I had to be human. I can really like guys, you don't understand. I can really scratch. Okay? I can scratch up all your old paper and shred it like I feel like
And
I'm valuable.
I'm so talkative and like I always scream whenever my owner's on the phone.
And I know I get distracted sometimes, but like I feel
But like if I would just make the work experience so much better.
yeah, like I would relax everyone here with my purrs.
There's actually a company that I think was in New York, like a law firm, where they partnered with a cat shelter
Oh,
to have like kittens.
that's so cool.
Um, they like the lawyers would get to cuddle with the kittens during the day, and then they would have it like out in the lobby so people could pass by like the enclosure, and then they could adopt the cats.
Oh, that's so cool. I feel like I would just buy all those cats. They're mine now.
Well, no, my younger sibling is volunteering at a cat shelter now because they're starting grade 9, so they have to like start getting their hours in.
Yeah.
And our cat that we currently have cannot be homed with any other cats. And they're like, Well, our cat doesn't go down to the basement. Can't we just get a cat for the basement?
Yeah, like it'll have its own space and everything. Like,
It'll be like they're in two different homes. And my mom's like, we don't need any more animals.
like every time I go to like a place like that, I'm like, I want all of these cats. They're so nice. They're so sweet. They rub against my leg.
Well, especially when you're at like a shelter,
Yeah.
because like my one friend is like, they're like, I want to go to this cat place, but I'm scared because I'm just going to adopt all the cats there because they're so nice.
And like the worst thing is like when you're like you want to, you know that you're gonna get another cat eventually, but you can't right now, and so it's like it's like having a cake in front of you, but you can't eat it. You know?
You have to like wait and then
Have to
just hope
wait.
that someone else doesn't take like eat your cake while you're waiting.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, like right now, like we're like, my cat is lonely. Probably the cat is like, there's too many dogs in the house. We're like,
You
we're thinking about getting another cat, but not right now because we're moving. But it's like, oh,
you have, well, you're moving soon too, so it's probably better to wait
yeah,
until you're moved because moving is stressful for cats.
yeah. Like we're gonna like settle in. Like I was saying, like my family, like probably shouldn't get a cat immediately. Let the cat like have its scent everywhere. You know, it
Like
feels
let
like it's
it
its own house. You know.
make it like so that cat is dominant to the area before you bring in the new one.
Yeah, basically. But then it's like, ah, like all these cats are just cute.
They are.
I love cats. I mean, I don't know if it's obvious.
Oh, I couldn't tell. What was like makes it so obvious?
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's just like, whenever I see a cat, I'm just like, I want you. I want you to be my cat.
It's like, can you just come home with me,
I'm just like,
please?
I have the food already. Like, I have everything. Like,
I just need you to like just get into my car and
yeah.
drive home with
And
me.
just, just sneak out and sneak out of the place and just go into my car and we'll take you home and we'll give you lots of love.
I'll give you lots of food, I promise. No, I literally
There's
like.
lots of food here, so
Well, the one day I was walking back from class and there's a stray cat near my like campus,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, it's so cute," and this cat would not like leave me alone. And I was like, "I'm in a dorm, and I can't bring you home with me."
That's like the worst torture. It's like the cat could have a new home, but I can't give it to you. I can't give you that home.
You're like, if I could, I would, but I literally can't.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna just think about getting a cat afterwards. You want to get like a big fluffy cat?
Oh, I
don't
love
know.
big fluffy cats.
I prefer like, especially like for cats and stuff, to get like just adopt for just a generic whatever cat, but I feel like maybe as a treat. Okay.
Just as a treat, we'll get a cat that we like think would be really cool.
Yeah, with just like a really cool cat. My favorite cats are like the ones with like the big round eyes and like the fuzzy wide faces. I want to get a cat like that.
I really at some point want to get a ginger cat.
Oh, they're like
Crazy.
Orange cats are like crazy. We used to have a cat when I was a kid, and he was like everywhere.
Well, I'm like, my friends are like, you're like the human equivalent of a ginger cat.
I can see that. I can see that.
I'm like, I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
It's a compliment. I mean, like orange cats are like they're like crazy in a good way. You know, they're like fun, right?
Exactly.
But
Like,
they
sure,
are.
you're concerned every once in a while, but they're always there for a good time.
Yeah, but I mean, the only thing is like if you have like the cat wants to run around everywhere and it might like jump on things that you don't want it to jump on and stuff like that. It's too
Yeah.
energetic. But if you can handle it, then those cats are awesome. So you know. But
Yeah.
we probably won't be getting an orange cat.
I feel like that would really shake things up with you moving and all
Oh,
too.
it would. Like my cat, she is so like chill. She was even when she was a kitten, she was chill. Like we thought she was like when you looked at her, we thought she was a year old, but she was actually like 6 months. She just
And you're like, she's just mature for her
she's
age.
just mature for her age, and she was just like she just lays there, and you can play with her, but she just kind of like watches the window or sleeps or whatever, and like that's like
She's
the
like the she's like the Lofi cat.
yeah, basically just chilling.
She's there for the vibes.
But the only thing is that she does not like our puppy at all.
Oh no.
She's like whenever our puppy's running around, she does not understand like the cat boundaries for some reason. Like not 100%. Like even when she'll like run up to the cat and try to jump on the cat, and the cat's like, like hissing every single time. But still, she's like, "Oh, we're just playing, aren't we? We're just playing." And so she never learns until my cat, my poor cat, just like will go underneath like our table or something, or like on something high up, or
Yeah.
the place where she like can't get to. But then she's like, if she like one of her favorite places in the house is like under our table on the chairs, because she feels like
Yeah.
like a box, right? And she'll jump up there and like the dog, because she's small, but she can still like lean onto the chairs. She's like, "Hey, are we gonna play?" Like this. And then you just hear with no cat present, but you can hear the hissing. Like, get away from me.
Like, this is my spot.
This is my
I
spot.
have.
Get out of my spot. Get out of here. But I think the cat, I think she's just being a cat. Whenever like my dog is like in an enclosed space, or like in the cage or something, she has like a huge cage thing. She's kind of rich lady. There's like this like apartment complex. But basically, when she's like in a space where like the cat can kind of like freely run around the house without her going after her, he like walks up, watches her, and then hisses at her, even though she's not even doing anything to her. It's like, I just hate you. I hate watching you. But I think she likes her, but just likes being mad at her. Like, I don't know if she is like super hating her, but just kind of like likes to be mad.
Oh, I love the poncho. It's so cute.
I think it looks, at least it looks like a poncho. I was worried that was not gonna look like one. I forgot the buttons though. I'm gonna add those in. Little poofy buttons.
Be back in just 1 second.
Probably on the. I'll put 3, like a snowman. I think that looks cute. Like this. Kind of looks wintry anyway.
Hi, sorry, I'm back. I just had someone knocking on my door. They needed to borrow something.
That's okay. I'm not really sure. I probably am gonna get it for like leggings, but I'm not really sure what to do.
Oh, what if you did like leggings that look like, or leg warmers that look like little like yarn, like knitted leg warmers?
Ooh, let's see. Let me get some reference. I have like, I have so many like things on one screen that you can't like. My tablet's free of everything, but on my other screen it's just like 3 things open
Just for this one design.
just for one design. Should I put
It's
like
my
should I put the like leg warmers over the shoes? Or like underneath?
what if you did like one over the boot, one tucked into the boot?
Okay, I like that. I like that idea. Asymmetry is always fun.
It's a little like cutie patootie, so
It's just a little fun, you know.
just for the funsies.
Probably since I'm almost finished these drawings, I'm probably gonna like after I'm done this design, I'm gonna like relax for the rest of the day. I'm not gonna stream anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like hungry, so I'm feeling that like
I feel you too. I'm like, I probably need to leave in like half an hour ish to go get dinner at the calf.
yeah. I'd probably leave less than that, so you'll have time to go.
I'm like, I technically could make food if this goes long enough, but I kind of wanted to get a little like pizza.
Yeah. Get your pizza, you know. Treat yourself.
Treat myself, yeah.
Go. Doesn't look proper right now, but getting there.
It'll look great, I'm sure. Oh, what if you added like little pom poms onto the leg warmers as well?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll do that. It's kind of wintry then. Just a little bit wintry.
I feel like that works too. It's like, sure, it's rain boots, but it's like a cold, rainy day.
Yeah, like cold, rainy day. And then
Like today.
basically. No sun.
This is actually kind of my fault because yesterday I was being like, I really want it to rain because it hasn't rained since like, well, I'm at college all that much.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I'm like, and I'm like, I want it to be here while it's raining so I can like hear the rain sounds.
And now you made it rain. How
My
dare
manifestation, my manifestation power is like, whoosh.
You're the rain goddess there.
Oh no, it's funny because like I told my friend, I'm like, you should just come to my college since you don't like yours. And then now they actually are.
It's like manifestation, everything.
Exactly. I'm like, you know what? We should just do this. And then suddenly it's like, oh, actually, it just fell into our laps that we should do this.
There you go. Everything you say comes true. So make sure not to say bad happenings. And if you do, knock on wood 3 times.
No, the server is gonna get like 500 new people joining.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 500 new people are gonna just join the stream.
Well, that'd be crazy.
Oops.
Imagine that actually happened.
It's just like tomorrow you're on stream and you're just like, why are there so many people here?
Is this a glitch? Do they think it's someone? Do they think I'm someone else?
They're just like, we heard the ginger. She said to come here.
We heard the whispers in the wind. We're supposed to be here today.
You're just like, We had just a feeling.
We had a
so-
feeling we
we-
should be here. There you go.
Oh, the little leg warmers.
There we go. I'll just pretend like it's not see-through. That'll make me easier to draw later.
Honestly, some crocheted stuff doesn't look see-through, so it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean like the boots and stuff.
Oh, the boots are see-through, right? Forgot about
I'll just
that.
like color it later like that instead of like drawing it.
Yeah.
And then some poofies. Some poof things.
Some pom-poms.
Some pom-poms. I'm gonna do like a little ribbon thing. Like a yarn ribbon, you know.
Like a little yarn going, a chain. Like a little yarn chain.
Basically. That.
Yeah.
And then on this side it's also out, so look cute. There you go. That's some fun asymmetry.
Very cutie patootie.
Yeah, very cute design. And it was all thanks to Averly.
I'm just sitting here like, what outfit should they have? And I'm like, what about a poncho?
Just a poncho. Just cute. And whoever gets this design can figure out what she's wearing underneath the poncho. What shirt she's wearing.
Yeah, it makes it easier for you.
Yeah. I don't have to figure out the shirt.
Just it's like a crocheted sweater underneath.
Yeah. Just a knitted sweater from her grandma. I'll do this. So it looks like leggings, not just bare legs.
It's like, yep, I promise. She is wearing pants.
He is wearing pants. There we go. Maybe I could like have something in her hand.
Have like a little like crochet hook.
I was thinking like a little bag or something.
Oh, a bag would be cute too. Especially if you had like little like balls of yarn poking out.
Oh, that'd be so cute. I was thinking like a knitted bag, but then and then have like then you could have like little yarn balls coming out of it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Knitted bag. I have to search up everything.
I'm just sitting here being like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. I'm just like doing the actual crocheting, and I'm just like, what if you just added this? And you're like, pulling up another reference.
It's a great idea. Adding a bag makes everything a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, like everyone needs like a little bag.
Yeah. I have to figure out how to draw a bag. We'll just make it like it's a little bit open on one side, kind of like leaning because it's like there's stuff in it. And any like, because it can be hard to tell the difference between like just a regular bag and in a yarn bag when like it's drawn. So I'll just later on I'll color it in a way that it looks like yarn. Yeah, we'll put a little yarn ball here. And look like there's like other like yarn balls in there.
There's, eh, yes, just yes. I'm like, what other ideas do I have? And I'm just like, nope, you've made it perfection.
There you go. It's just a full bag of yarn balls. She's gonna knit more of her hair. Maybe
Honestly,
that's
that's how I walk to class. Cause like when I'm going to class, I'll work on like crocheting during class. So I just walk to class with like a dollar store bag that's just full of yarn.
I mean, they're probably like, "Wow, she's cool. She has a hobby."
Well, I'll be sitting in class and people just be like watching, and I'm like, just crocheting, and they're like, can we feel the yarn? I'm like, yeah, you can touch the yarn.
Of course, I mean, don't just assume you can, but thanks for asking.
But no, I'll like do it. Everyone will be like so like surprised. I've been working on like the same project for like 3 weeks now, and they're like, it's almost done. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
I know like
And they're
crochet
like,
can take a long time.
oh yeah, because well, I meant because what I'm working on right now is a present for a friend
Mm.
for their birthday, and if they're everyone's like, so my birthday's here, my birthday's there, and I'm like,
Don't assume that
like
I can make
okay.
you something. Cause it takes
I'm
a
like,
long time.
I'm thinking, I'm like, yarn is expensive.
Yeah.
The project I'm currently working on took 5 big balls of yarn that were like $15 each.
It's a lot of resources in there.
Well, like I've told my close friends, I'm like, if it's something that's in my capability of making, and you want to buy the yarn for it, I'll make it for you,
Yeah,
but you have to buy the yarn.
that's a good whatever, like compromise. Doesn't guarantee that I'll be done quickly, but
Well, like my one friend is really good at baking, so like I really like Jellycats, like the plushies.
yeah.
I only have one, but there's a Jellycat cake plushie, and I saw a video that someone made like the cake, like of the cake Jellycat,
Oh, that's so cute.
and I messaged my friend who bakes a lot. I'm like, what would you trade for a very miniature version of this so I could eat it in one sitting? And my friend's like, well, would you knit me a scarf? And I'm like, I will knit you a scarf.
This is called trading.
Yeah,
This is how they did
this
it in the
is.
olden days.
Well, I saw a video of people doing it, and I'm like, can we bring this back? This would be so great.
Everyone has their own skills. You make something, they make something, you know?
I saw a few people like with tattoo artist friends like trade like baked goods for tattoos.
I mean, I would. I don't know, like, if someone makes me something, I would definitely, like, draw them something, you know?
It's like, oh, here's a little trade.
Trading is fun.
Honestly, in this economy,
Yeah. There you go.
and
I got it. I
oh,
might.
she's so cute. She
might-
kind of reminds me of like a little mouse.
Oh yeah, that's true. She does like look like a mouse. I might add some little. I like adding hearts. We'll just add some hearts to her knees. There you go. That's my designs for today.
Yay!
I finished them in almost 4 hours. And that was just 3 designs that I did today.
Well, you can be like, look, I promise you they're expensive because they're worth it.
They're worth it.
Look how much time it took me to make them.
Yeah, like I can point to the time. Actually, I don't know if I don't remember when the update was. There was like an update for the Clip Studio that like you can have like the time, how long you've been working on stuff.
That's kind of cool.
And so-
Procreate has that too.
So it's like it says here that I worked on it for 5 hours and 37 minutes, but I almost worked 4 hours on this, so I don't know how I would have worked an hour for everything else, or almost 2 hours for the rest of it. So I don't
I only
know.
started counting like after the update.
Maybe. And also pauses and stuff that counts pauses. The like the time right now, like not the Clip Studio, but the stream time.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm much quicker than I think.
You just slow down when you're on stream.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I finished my designs. There you go. Maybe tomorrow I'll be coloring them.
People watching want to buy them.
Maybe,
Like,
yeah, maybe. I'm not sure exactly the price, but they're not gonna be that expensive. I know that I probably could charge more, but I care more about the ease of selling, I guess.
and no one buy my little mouse girl.
Yeah, no one buy her. She's not for sale.
Well, she is, but just not
Well,
after a month.
uh, just like think about not buying her for a month, and then okay.
take take like a month long waiting period to buy her.
Yeah, it will take you a month. Oh, Luma wants to buy one. Well, hopefully I'll be done by the end of the week, so hopefully they'll be done by the end of the week. So if you want to buy any of them besides the mouse one, besides the yarn one, then go ahead. Wouldn't mind. So I'm gonna end today. I think I'm not sure if Bach is watching right now because he's my hookup for all the raiding and stuff. So I don't know, but if I'm gonna raid it, okay, he's here. If you can, is anyone online that you want me to raid? I can raid.
Oh, if we're just like, oh, yep, this person will know who to raid.
Yeah, literally. He knows everyone, it seems. So, I've met some cool artists through him. One that had like, there's one person that had like a cat girl also, pink hair, but a similar. We had like the same eye thing, like the blue and green.
You're like, oh my god, we're twins.
We're twins. I mean, I don't know what kind of vibe. Uh, I guess, probably just any art person. I don't really mind.
Feel like specifically like a crochet person would be cool.
I mean, we could, if there is someone doing that right now. Oh, like they have like a like pink or something, like more pinky character. Or blue and green or what? Like I'm confused, but we'll see. I could raid them if they're online. See. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Averly, for being here.
Glad to always be here.
It was fun. I probably would have been just quiet today if you weren't here. So there you go. Okay, let's see. I'll let's see if we can raid a cat girl today. Oh, so cute. Okay, let's raid her for them. So, thank you guys.
Hi.
Bye.